What is up, everybody? We had some surprise gaming launches this week. Apex Legends. It is here out of nowhere. It just happened.
It just out of nowhere. Just boom.
Boom. There it was.
Right in my lap.
Just right there. Sitting.
And it's good.
It's really good.
It's
great. Entertaining. It's entertaining for sure. For sure. Welcome, everybody. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 247. As always, I'm joined by Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
Jordan the Man. And I am X1. Welcome to the show. Apex Legends is what we're going to get started with talking about right away, right out the door. Mr. McSpicy, Apex Legends dropped on Tuesday. It's a battle royale.
Free-to-play game,
Free to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
polished.
It's like if you took Fortnite or PUBG and you combined it with an Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Apex Legends
and
is.
Titanfall.
And Titanfall.
I think it's more Titanfall than anything else.
Because it's got the Titanfall gunplay.
Yeah. Which is phenomenal.
So sexy. It's like Titanfall gunplay.
Fitzy in chat says, was it even rumored or anything? I believe
over the weekend.
It was rumored over the weekend.
Yeah, over the weekend.
And then it came out on Tuesday,
I think Friday it was rumored.
Monday, yeah.
Monday it was announced and launched as of they had a press conference or stream and then launched it. So there we go.
It's really good.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's really
take the
good.
place. A lot of people are asking, does this take the place of Titanfall 3? They're not making a Titanfall 3. However, Respawn is working on another premium Titanfall game. So it's just not going to be called Titanfall 3. It'll be something in the Titanfall universe. Apex Legends.
Maybe it'll be a card game.
Hey, would that be cool? Like a Titanfall card game?
Yeah, no, the card drops.
You can. There's a wall run ability.
I mean, every game's
drop.
got a card game now.
Dude, it's true.
The Witcher's got a card game.
Witcher's got one. ESO's
Magic's got
one.
a card. Yeah, ESO's got a card game. Yeah, that's right. Legends.
Legends. It's also
So
called Legends.
basically, you're not big unless you have a card game.
You're not an established franchise unless you have a card game.
You have to have a BR version of your game
and a card game.
So they are working on a premium Titanfall. This takes place in the Titanfall universe. There are no Titanfalls, and there are no pilots because you can't wall run. This takes place 30 years after Titanfall 2. And it's basically a competition.
Yeah, and so
it's basically Hunger Games in the future because it's like the lore behind it is you're dropped into an arena. There's even posters advertising
there are posters,
yourself.
Banners, everything, the whole shot.
It's really good. They do things in this game that you wonder why the other BRs haven't done yet, right?
Yeah, no,
Would you
absolutely.
like me to name one?
Let's go McSpicy. Let me give me your analysis of Apex Legend.
Okay.
Apex
Legends. It's free to play, which is actually kind of a big deal. I think they had to do it because Fortnite dominates the BR market, right? Well, actually,
Absolutely.
just the team deathmatch, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're
that's
the new.
what that is, right?
They're the big kid in town.
They're huge. And it is free to play. When I first played it, I wasn't very good. I still am not very good. Although I'm better than Jordan, which is all that matters.
Although I did change my stats to show people that I actually do stuff.
Yeah. You can change it. So at the beginning of the game, it shows you how many kills and stats that you have compared to your teammates and everything. He changed his to stuff that no one cares about, which is really good because the stuff that people cared about, you weren't doing too hot. So now we know how much Jordan heals his teammates.
No, I do a
like
lot.
that.
Yeah,
I like
heals, how many revives, and supply drops I give people.
Oh, so now people know he's the medic.
He's the medic. No, it's really good. You have different hero types, it's like Overwatch, where you have a Winston, a Pharah, stuff like that. Yeah, this is the same way. The hero abilities are actually very enjoyable. I think I've liked everybody.
Yeah,
I don't think there's someone that I just don't like. I really like I call him the telephone pole guy because he builds zip lines to traverse the map really fast.
He's the robot.
He's the robot. And he's got like a Titanfall hook grappling thing, which is really good to get into certain places. I feel like elevated position in this game is really important. Well, I mean, positioning in this game is very important, way more important than like a Fortnite where you can de-up really quick with building and everything. This is more on the battlegrounds type style where you need to be you can't be caught out of position or you're dead.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to play position.
Story of my life.
which is why there's no wall running. Fun fact.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah, there was Titans and stuff in early builds of the game, but they took them out because if you think about a battle royale, positioning is really important to the strategic gameplay, right? So wall running would take that away.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's cool. So it was a
strategic move,
a decision on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what I hear.
But as this game lies, it's extremely fun. Instead of 4 people on a team, you have 3 people, which I really like. Instead of 100 people in a map, you have 60 people in a map, which I really like. And the reason I like 60 versus 100 is it really doesn't make a difference, but the netcode really feels not laggy, right?
Well, I think it's just because they're a solid developer, too.
And they're Respawn, which they know what they're doing. So it's very, very fun. If you haven't tried it, it's free to play. I think it's way more fun with friends like any other game. Mm-hmm. So feel free to hop on the Discord and grab people that may want to play with it in our Discord. Also, they have a really good system, which I think is the tried and true method, where you go to your friends list and press X to join.
Yeah.
Which
it's not complicated.
It's not complicated. No. You just
There's
do
no
that.
Cell phones.
But it's a really good game. I'm a big fan of this game. It so much because I've been playing Wargroove. It got me off of the Wargroove addiction for this week.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
which is
and back into it's a hybrid of 2 games that you
Overwatch
love,
and
Overwatch and Fortnite.
Yeah,
is it more Overwatchy or more Fortnite?
It's not as much as Overwatch as people think.
Just the class.
I mean the class system, but you can't just say that's Overwatch. That's other games. That's like League, that's like Heroes, that's like any MOBA has different hero types.
Yeah.
It's just you have different heroes you can choose that have very distinct abilities that are very useful to the team, and you cannot duplicate the same person on the team. So you'd have to choose, if somebody chooses your main, you'd have to choose someone else.
Jordan, let me ask you, you're a big Overwatch and you were into Fortnite for a little bit as well. What does this do for you? Where does this land in the Battle Royale genre so far?
I think it's really fun. I think it's a good break from Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the difference? Like, what sets it apart for you?
Well, the class
First
system.
person.
First person.
For one
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Which is actually, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
I think that's an important detail to talk about, since this is first person like, PUBG. The skins, I feel, aren't as strong as Fortnite. I think Fortnite was... when I play Fortnite, for example, I really like the skin that I bought. I think I'm really cool. When you're in first person, you can't see the skin that you bought, so it's not as big of a deal. So I think,
from a monetary standpoint,
it's less.
It's going to be more of a challenge for them to capitalize.
Yeah,
on.
Other people are seeing it more than you're seeing it.
Yeah, and I really get the skins for me, not for anyone else. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important discussion to have.
So first person, what else sets it apart for you, Jordan?
So Mark said 60 players, but the map is actually smaller than I think most of the Battle Royale games out there, too.
Yeah.
So you're not running around forever.
Different or smaller and different. Like there's very clear
there's
biomes.
Tons of biomes, yeah. Well, and just they have like quality of life improvements that are like in the base game.
It's awesome.
Like, for example, the pinging system.
Is the best
pinging system ever.
Describe the pinging system, Jordan, for those who haven't yet played it.
So basically, because it's 3s only right now, I assume they put it in because you're probably going to be playing with a lot of random people. Yeah. So basically, they've made it really easy to ping objects and talk to your friends or your teammates without actually having a mic or anything like that. So you can ping, I want to go this way. You can ping certain weapons, anything, right? And you can ping enemy locations.
Hotkeys for thank you when someone drops something.
Thank you. You can say, I'm going to loot this area.
Yeah.
Just without even thinking.
By the way, on one button.
All on one button.
So because it's so team heavy based, team focused, you don't have to be in chat to be able to, you legitimately can effectively communicate with your team members using this ping system.
Yeah, which is really cool. I think the gameplay is tight and solid.
Oh, it's
really good.
Polished.
What I really like about the class system is everybody's ultimates. They're not kill ultimates, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like Farah's rockets, where if someone's in your way, they're just going to die. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like the ultimates are more super utility than they are kill
even
ultimates.
the airstrike is more of a...
Well, someone used it to cover their retreat.
Yeah, defensive positional play, right?
You know what I mean?
I don't use that correctly at all. I don't think I've killed anyone from the airstrike.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I like about it. They're not like the kill button like in some games. It's a super utility instead of just a regular.
It's a super tactic.
Yeah,
the super tactic,
which I like.
Yeah,
right. So, I think the characters are cool. There was one other thing I was going to talk about. What was it?
Setting it apart.
Well, I mean, I can keep going on the ping system. I really like how if you see gear, if you don't need gear, but you see something that your teammate can use, same button, one button, you right bumper it, and it automatically says to the other teammate, here is a level 1 hat, or here is a level
shield.
1 gun, or not gun, but shield and everything.
Yeah, Death Star Destroyer in set says you can even ask for items in your inventory.
It's really good.
Ping system.
Oh, what I was going to talk about is the respawns. There's downed and out, right?
Yes.
So
this is so
you can get downed, which is normal, right? And then your teammate comes and picks you up. In my case, I put down a cool little shield when I pick you up because I play the medic,
which is actually super useful.
Yeah, I actually used it last night and it kind of worked and then it didn't. It was pretty cool.
Jordan's playstyle is pretty interesting. I got to add that in there.
Why?
No,
you guys streamed it last night.
Look. Okay, let's be honest. All right, so
he's the Sheldon of the group.
There was one situation.
Sheldon.
There was a situation that happened last night. The thing is, like,
we're in the middle of a fight.
I know I'm not going to.
It's a 3v3 group fight.
Well, the thing is, I know I'm not going to kill that guy.
And I'm working. I'm going position. It's like a cat and mouse.
It was me, Mark, and a random.
And I finally kill this guy. And his death. When you die, you drop your loot. Jordan doesn't even care that there's 2 more guys alive. We're still fighting.
He's like, loot.
He runs out in the middle of the field, like the area. He's completely exposed, and he's just like looting. And this guy's just standing there. What's amazing to me is no one shot him.
It's the tombstone. It's the tombstone effect.
Like,
because he's standing still, no one notices him.
It was like.
And then he has the guts to say at the end of the match, Why don't I have any damage? I don't know why. That's just so weird. I'm going to change my specs.
He's playing it like an MMO raid.
Well, it was like
he's picking up his loot.
It was like a Band of Brothers thing with the medic. No, because what I did is they were still fighting.
That's why he has healing as his stat at the end instead of damage.
Well, no, look, I know I'm not going to help in that fight. I suck at the game.
No,
I super suck at this game.
Even if they shoot at you, you're doing something.
What I did is I ran out to the thing, and because Mark was.
Did you drop your shield?
No, I dropped the little medic
Did nothing.
thing. No, I
nothing.
dropped my medic bot next to you and the guy that were fighting, and then I went and got the loot.
I was by the loot.
No, yeah, and I dropped my medic thing for you.
Thank you so much.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna help kill that guy. I'd suck at that game.
How was it with?
So I dropped my little medic.
How was it with Jono? How's Jono at that?
He's really good, of course.
Yeah. He's our secret weapon.
Yeah. Although we're kind of at this, me and him are kind of the same because this is like a COD feeling game.
Oh, it's very well. It's got the Titanfall gunplay.
Well, that's why I just
and it's respawn.
Run around with my medical bot.
Yeah.
Well, and then he just run. It's so funny because we're sitting, you're fighting. They're behind those rocks. We're behind these rocks. We're trying to position ourselves. David just runs out into the middle and he's like, this is good. This is purple armor.
Fitzy says Jordan is the medic you see in war movies that no one wants to shoot because it's just bad karma to shoot the medic.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Well, I did drop my bot before I ran out there.
And thank you so much.
So I mean,
that.
that probably would help you win the fight. Your health was staying up.
I mean, hey, he's helping his stats.
If anything, it did confuse the enemy.
You remember when we shot our own decoy?
Oh, shot your own.
You shot my decoy?
I shot your decoy.
Why would you do that?
I didn't know. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not good at that game.
The decoy is, I think, the best.
It's good.
It's the best.
That's why I
play
played it. That's my
Mirage
main character.
Is the character. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Mark sent out a decoy and I shot at it.
So a decoy
was a bad guy.
A decoy is a duplicate of your character, and it's just like you can't tell the difference. Like it's
boom, so funny. Well, what's funny about the decoy is when you're playing in this game, you're automatically in shoot the enemy mode, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so I'd be standing there and I'd send out my decoy. He just starts running. They saw me send out the decoy, but they'll turn around and shoot the decoy, and then I'll just take him out. It's an awesome class to play.
Yeah, for me, the difference is the gunplay. I love the Titanfall feel of the guns. Like it's so smooth, it's so good. I don't have the gun knowledge. Like Spicy, when we were playing the other night, Spicy was going through and knew already the different damage value of the different weapons. And once I started doing that, I was doing better, understanding how the different weapons worked. But super fun. The gunplay is my favorite gunplay. I'm not a fan of. I mean, it's not that I'm not a fan. I'm just not good with the Fortnite gunplay. I'm not good with the PUBG gunplay. It's really difficult. Titanfall is this smooth, quick.
Epic has always leaned towards close combat. I mean, with gears and everything. I think they do their maps and how they balance their weapons.
Yeah,
favoring, in my opinion, close range weapons. This doesn't. I think they do a good job at long range, mid range, and close range.
And that was the mistake that early on I was making is I was jumping on shotguns. I was like, okay, I'll just be shotguns when someone gets close.
Which are strong close.
They're
right?
strong close, but no one's ever close. Like, I don't think I was ever in a match where I was face to face with people. It's always distance.
Yeah.
So snipers, long distance rifles, those SMGs work a lot better than a shotgun, for instance.
I love how when you shoot somebody, it tells you when you do the damage, because the damage icons that pop out when you shoot somebody, it tells you what armor they have.
Which is cool.
Purple armor pops out, and you're like, oh, he's got purple armor. He's going to have more HP, right?
That's good because it helps you understand. Oh, that's why I didn't kill. That's why he beat me. Like
Yeah.
I didn't give him enough damage and stuff like that.
And I love the sound of the guns when you shoot them, and like headshots do the classic tink noise. That's so appealing, so satisfying.
But going back to it, the respawns.
Oh yeah,
back to
So
respawns.
yeah, you can. So if you're down, you can heal your character, right? But if you're out, which means you die, you can actually go and pick up your friend's dog tag, essentially, right? And run them to a respawn point, and they can drop back into the match. So what was cool is when I was watching people stream it, it was almost like a game of dodgeball, right? It was 1-on-2 or 1-on-3, and then it flipped to 3-on-1, right? It was it's really cool.
I think this is the strongest part of this new addition to Battle Royale games. Yeah. I think. Because what sucks more than when you fly down on a map, and then you're going for weapons and you die, and your whole team's dead except one person.
You just gotta watch.
You have to, you go make a sandwich, you go do something. But the fact that you can pick up your teammates' dog tags and take them to a respawn point, and you can fly in like in Titanfall. You jump out of the ship, just like in Titanfall, and then your team's all back up and going.
When you respawn from death, you do have to start over loot wise. But it's really good. And what's nice is it's not super hard to respawn a teammate, but it's not easy. Like, you can't just do it, right?
Well, map knowledge in this game is going to be giant.
Yeah. And respawning your teammate when he's dead, he can still ping and tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Because he just hits the A button. And goes,
they really did a good job at bringing downed players back into the match in a way that you don't feel like you're wasting your time.
Well, that keeps it focused on the team aspect, right? Then the fact that you can bring your players back, you're not soloing it,
and I think if you had 4 people, that would be kind of imbalanced. But 3 people, I think, is the sweet spot.
And it forces you to be with teams because for one player, at least from what I've noticed so far, you need multiple players. Like one player,
you need one player just running out in the middle looting.
While the other 2 shoot.
Well, the other 2 do their
job. You're at such a huge disadvantage, and you're at a huge disadvantage because of the class system.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because
that's why
you don't have the abilities that you're fighting against now. They have defensive abilities, they have interrupt abilities, they have healing abilities that you just don't have. Right,
well,
you're just one.
That's why I wonder if they're ever going to do solos or not. Or if
solos will be interesting.
If they want, the reason they don't do it is because
because
your
of the team aspect.
Your team composition is half your strategy, right? So I mean, do they want to?
Yeah,
take that,
McSpicy,
you know what I mean?
do you feel that they need to go have solo mode, or you think they could be successful maintaining the team?
I don't
aspect?
see. I was thinking about that.
That feels like this is built for teams. Like it feels like that's really what they're focused on.
I was thinking about that. I think what they should do is instead of solo mode, well, they could do solo mode, but I think it would be fine to have it so you don't need to necessarily go public with your matchmaking. So you can, like in Fortnite, you can disable matchmaking with randoms. So you can be a one person going into a squads game. Yeah. So it's 1 versus 4 basically. If you feel like you're really good, a lot of the pro players do that.
Okay.
I think you could do the same thing. Have one person, but you're still versus the 3. You're at a disadvantage, but if you're really good, then that is kind of balancing. It makes it more harder for you, right? So I don't know. I think 3 is just a sweet spot, and if they add that, then you could do 2 people, 3 people, 1 people.
Yeah.
1 person.
I think that's a really good idea. I think that's excellent. Let's get to a question here. Reckham asked over on Patreon. He asked, with the sudden explosive launch of Apex, do you guys think it will be the new benchmark for Battle Royale games, or yet another flash in the pan that fades before the unstoppable Fortnite?
Okay. I'm going to take that, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Every single person that I watch, and I watch a lot of Twitch
streamers
and streamers, and Mixer and everything, Overwatch players and Fortnite players, with the exception of some that I don't think can switch, they're all playing Apex. Every single one. No one's streaming Overwatch. No one's streaming Fortnite right now.
Is it because it's just the hot new car? You know what I mean?
It doesn't,
but that would last a day.
To me, it doesn't feel like it's just the hot new thing. Like it doesn't feel like a fad. This feels like a legitimate contender.
I agree.
Well, and it's fun. I mean, we had fun last night playing it with the teams
and having the hero classes where the portal girl and then the robot dude that just I mean, everybody has a place in this game, and I think that makes it so it changes the longevity of the game.
Well, and what's cool is they can add more legends.
They will, because that's how they're going to make money.
Well, yeah.
Because I remember they had the 2 people that weren't unlocked yet, and then you had to...
Which I'm halfway to unlocking the second guy just by playing
in-game currency, and you can buy him.
Well, from a number standpoint, ready for this? In 72 hours, Apex Legends hit 10 million players.
That's so crazy.
You want to know something else? That beat Fortnite's record.
Really?
Yep. Fastest, highest launch in 72 hours.
In Fortnite's defense, though, Fortnite made battle royales what they are. I feel
it's true.
You know
No,
I mean?
it's true.
So now everybody's like, a new battle royale.
But they're also
there's an argument there.
Well,
but
there's
I mean, you had PUBG and PlayerUnknown.
Well, they
but
took
Fortnite
it to the
like
next level.
Mainstream.
For sure. Yeah, they took it to the next
Is that
level.
a better word? Like more mainstream?
Still, because PUBG was still pretty mainstream. It's just you introduced a new audience. I think with Fortnite that pushed it way over the top. But I think PUBG paved the. I think Arma was like the niche, like fun for whatever the mod that PlayerUnknown did. Then you had H1Z1 come in and be like, "Wow, this is a cool game type," which PlayerUnknown did.
Yeah.
He was the one who coded it. And then you had his own game, PUBG, and I think that was like where the hardcore gamers went that loved BR. And then Fortnite grabbed some of those, and then also grabbed all the kids
and took it to the mass. I mean, made it mass appeal.
Yeah, but I think PUBG is really the one that pushed it.
So Apex though, taking over. You think it can take over from Fortnite? I mean, you think can it?
Well, here's
can
the
it
deal.
usurp the throne?
I don't know if it can usurp the throne, but it's going to definitely cut into their numbers hard.
Oh, I think it could be, instead of talking about 2 battle royales, you're going to be talking about 3. You know what I mean? Because PUBG and Fortnite are the 2 big ones, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this can.
Well, and what they did right, which
space.
PUBG, honestly, I think the mistake of PUBG up front was not just moving to a free-to-play model. Apex launching free-to-play, access to everybody.
Well, they saw what Fortnite did, and the access to everybody. I mean, Fortnite made that move, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then they made billions of dollars.
Let me ask you this. Since you were watching people stream, because streaming became such a huge part of marketing for Fortnite, with people like Ninja, huge streamers everywhere, celebrities getting in on Fortnite, etc.
Unfortunately.
What's fun? Is Apex fun to watch?
It's extremely fun. Well, Battle Royale in itself is a really cool game model for streamers, because there's slow parts, there's fast parts, there's intense parts, there's just chilling parts where the streamer can, talk to the crowd or the viewers and everything. I think it's a really good way to good game to play for. It's just a natural fit to streaming.
Yeah.
I think it was really smart by Respawn. I think they did several big boys like Lyric, Summit, big guys on Twitch. I think Moon was one, which I think he's a good streamer. There's a lot of good streamers on there, but I think they were sponsored for the first day. And this is what's interesting. I think they were sponsored for the first day, which is smart to get all your huge streamers playing this game. But after they were sponsored, they kept playing, which that tells me something that it's a good game.
Yeah. Ready for this? On both Mixer and Twitch, the #1 game is Apex Legends. Yeah. Ninja right now is streaming it to 31,000 people.
So Ninja is playing Apex.
He is playing Apex right now.
And, I mean, all the Overwatch guys are playing
here's the thing. He's a Halo guy, and that gunplay is going to be... the gunplay is going to get him. Do you think he'll make the jump over?
Oh, yeah, he's a pro player. He
can play anything
No,
he
but
wants.
permanently. Maybe if
he can.
If
he's good enough.
If he leaves Fortnite... For Apex, does Apex...
Well, the thing is...
I'm streaming anyways.
Here's what I would do. If I was Fortnite and Ninja moves over, I would pay him $300 million. Just the month's revenue.
Salary.
Just the month's revenue.
1 month revenue.
On skins.
And then just say, you have to play this for 2 more years. And he'll be like, okay.
Okay.
For $300 million, I would do a lot more. Very inappropriate.
So to answer Reckham's question... Is this the benchmark that all battle royales will? Is this the new benchmark?
A new standard.
New standard.
Yeah, they you're going to see the ping mechanic now move into all the other ones, especially Fortnite. They'll probably have it by next week.
Next week, yeah.
I think Anthem is thinking about putting a ping system into their game now, too.
They said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
They said,
I mean, because it's all EA Studios, right? So
Yeah.
they share resources.
it's just they did so many good things with that game. It was like Breath of the Wild. You play that game and you go, why hasn't stuff like this been in other games?
Yeah. Why hasn't this mechanic already existed?
What's so fun is like usually months later you'll get like a quality of life patches where they add all these niceties. They like started with that, which is I don't. It's cool.
Yeah, I love it. I really do love it when games come out with something that you go, my gosh, why haven't we been doing?
Where has this been my whole life?
Why haven't they been doing this forever? That's such a simple thing to do.
So what do you think sets it apart that doesn't make it? Is it the fact that it's just solid gunplay?
I like
it hooks you right away.
I like Black Ops BR, right? But the problem with that one is it's just so glitchy and laggy at the beginning, and then things are broken. It's just not polished. This, right out of the gate, feels like Titanfall.
Yeah.
As heroes that all do different things, as a team game, and as a BR, and and they do really good things with that BR.
I can't speak for everybody, but the most issues I had is I had to reset the game a couple times because it would freeze. But it's so easy to get back in the group with your friends.
When you come back into the game, it automatically puts you back, and then it shows you your game stats.
Even if you're disconnected,
it would say disconnected. You hit A to reconnect, and it'd jump you back into the group you were. But even when resetting the game, which I think I had to do once last night when we were streaming, I just jumped back in and I went to the list and I hit join. And then it put me back in.
It's so good. I think this
join
has
group, right? You're on your friends list. It's really good.
I think this is going to dent Fortnite hard.
Yeah.
I think Fortnite's still going to be there because they did the Microsoft technique where they went in the 80s. They went for the kids. They gave out free computers for kids, learned Windows, and then that's what I think. Fortnite has the kids at this point.
As the kids get older, they move to Apex.
Yes, but also kids are still coming up.
Yeah, it's the Nintendo strategy.
Yeah,
There will always be kids.
I think Fortnite's still gonna be there and probably lead, but it's gonna ding them.
I will say this.
So good.
I agree with you about the skins, it being in first person. Maybe the skins themselves won't be as cool because only other people can see them rather than you. But there was a gun where they had a dragon head on it. Oh. Did you guys see that one?
Well, that you can see the dragon gun.
Yeah,
as you run.
There's a dragon on it. So I mean, I think the gun skins will be more prevalent than this people skins.
Yeah,
I guess,
the pickle said kids will stray away from Apex. You can't floss in Apex.
That's funny.
That is
because that's where because Fortnite's very much more
Fortnite
lighthearted. Although there's a lot of comedy in Apex that I laugh at. Like the characters say the funniest
and
things.
You can that's what you're unlocking, different sayings, different stuff. So it's just gonna be different things that you unlock, different kill shots. Or execute. What is it?
Executions, which is a cool thing that they added that no one else has. But
I have one.
Yeah,
I did one. Yeah.
Well, and then you can show. That's one of the stats you can show off. So what when you get downed and you're crawling away to try to have your teammates come save you, you can go up to them and have basically a fatality. Right?
Yeah.
Where it's a cinematic where you are stuck doing the cinematic, so it's dangerous because the only way to execute somebody is if the other teammates are still alive. So they can still shoot you while you're doing this. So you're kind of exposed. And you can execute them, and I think that makes it, even that alone, that's an addition to the game that I really like.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. And then you can say, I've had 100 executions.
Yeah.
And put that on your
So if
tracker.
you haven't had a chance to go check out Apex Legends, it's the new big thing. You've probably seen it streamed. Just to give you an example, look at this. Apex Legend right now on Mixer is 3,000 more viewers on Mixer than on, and keep in mind we're in the single digits in the thousands in Mixer, and on Twitch it's Apex Legends right now 300,000 viewers, Fortnite 129.
Yeah.
And usually
it's a Friday night.
And usually almost a week has gone by, 5 days have gone by. Other games, 1 or 2 days, and then Fortnite's back on top. This has not been the case this week, so it's going to be really interesting. We've got the Clash of the Titans, maybe.
Yeah, and there's a lot of potential.
Well, what's really exciting is what's Fortnite's answer.
Yeah. Well, they'll just copy.
The Fortnite will Fortnite it.
They'll Fortnite it.
They'll copy everything.
They'll bring in classes.
They'll do the pink system on the left bumper.
Really, what they've got to do is bring in classes. Like if you don't have classes, that's the core. That's the core difference now is classes.
Well, Fortnite's got an advantage because it's got its own unique set, right? Building is unique to Fortnite,
That's
right?
true.
Classes are unique to Apex.
That's also a turnoff to a lot of people, though, too.
Classes?
No, building.
Building.
A lot of people don't like building.
Well, it is. I mean, it's all positional. It's just like the Black Ops BR or PUBG.
Well, I mean,
it's all about position.
What do you think PUBG will do? You know what I mean?
What do you think PUBG will do? I mean, they're strong. Too.
I mean, they're up there too. Do you think they have theirs is more simulator?
I don't think
you know what I mean.
I don't think any of these games had heroes. I think games coming forward from now on might have heroes. Fortnite won't have heroes. PUBG won't have heroes. But the ping system, I mean, that's
going to be everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere.
It's going to be in every game
because it feels like the
Multiplayer.
three. If we take the three of them now, it feels like they have their own niche. Like Apex is heroes, right? Fortnite's building. PUBG is more of a simulator feel, gunplay, right? You know.
R56 Cooper in chat says, when the hype wears off, Fortnite will reign supreme, though. I don't know. I think so. I agree with you, but it's going to be. This is going to ding it hard. It's not going to be so clear. Like last week, Fortnite was 90% of Twitch.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably 60%, and this is going to be 40.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the games. Oh, wait. 35. 39, and then 1% of the other games. This is going to ding it hard because it is very, very good. I think Respawn, how they released it, I think they went, our game's strong. Let's just do it. Let's not overhype it.
They Fortnited it.
They
did.
They Fortnited it.
They just one day were like, oh, by the way,
hey, guess what? Guess what we have?
Check it out. I really think that they thought their game was so good that they didn't need a month of hype that it was coming out. They just released it.
Yeah.
And I think it was a
honestly,
good move.
Well done, Respawn.
You might get more players that way because no one's seen it. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like, whoa, what is this?
That's funny, Dizzy. That's funny.
Well, that brings us to our monthly giveaway.
Oh.
We have the Patreon giveaway this
We're gonna
month.
give away Apex.
We're giving away Apex.
Which
You
is-
win.
That would be so fun. Everybody, you get a free copy. Bro. It's on us.
Everyone's a winner. No, this is for anybody who subscribes to us over on Patreon and supports the show. If you want to support the show, if you believe in positive gaming, if you believe in what the community is doing, if you're over on Discord, if you've made friends and you want to see more good people, more good gamers come and connect with each other, then please consider supporting us over on Patreon. If everybody just donated $1, we would be able to do this full time, build a studio, take the show, take the community,
Take it on the
to
road.
the next level. So head over to patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com/support, and please consider supporting us over on Patreon, and you'll be automatically entered to win our monthly Patreon drawing. You can also win by joining us over on Mixer live during the show. And our winner, do we have cue the music?
I'm trying to think of some good exciting music.
And our winner for
here.
this month's...
I just
like
pulled out
this.
Van Halen. I'm
Yes.
sorry. We only have 30 seconds for copyright reasons.
Our winner is the one and only Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas, come on down!
Woo!
Congratulations, Mark Thomas. If I don't DM you before you direct message me, just shoot me a message, but I'll get an email out to you right away, and we will get
Alright.
you your game. Thank you very much for the support. We appreciate it. And with that, let's take this show to the next level.
Boom.
Boom.
I
Johnny,
was on top of that.
tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
Oh, a lot. Let's talk more about Apex because, well, it came out and we all like it and it's having fun, but they're doing stuff in a very intelligent way. They've already come out with a roadmap, and they will be adding a battle pass, which I think is exciting. That kind of rejuvenates, they're going to have seasons, right?
Yeah.
Each season is going to include a battle pass for the season. There's going to be 4 seasons per year. Season 1 starting in March, just in time for David's birthday. We'll get you
Happy
a battle
birthday
pass,
to this guy.
So I think what they're doing is they're giving you a month to get used to the game, all that fun stuff, unlock the characters, whatever, right? Just to play. But each season is going to include, they're going to add new weapons, new skins. They didn't say anything about new modes or anything like that. But a lot of people that I've been watching on like YouTube and Twitch are speculating like, hey, maybe they'll add like, how Fortnite has the snipers only, for a week type of
game
thing.
modes.
They're thinking maybe they'll do something like Titans game mode or something like that. But I actually was listening to this guy, and he had a very good idea. He thinks they're not going to do Titans at all, even for events. They're actually going to incorporate a class that does something like a Titan or like a wall run. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Something
Very
like
cool.
that, which is very interesting. But New characters are coming, guns, weapons, skins, the seasons. Battle Pass is going to work similar to like Fortnite. So you're going to have your free tier and then your paid for tier.
Yeah.
It's going to go all the way up to 100, which is cool. So the first Season 1 Battle Pass is this March.
Ooh, boom.
So
Already.
very cool. So
before we get to our next news story, well, this is the next news story. I want to talk about January's Spark winners. Every month we announce a winner for our Sparks and our Hours, our Hall of Fame winner. So our top Sparks winner, this is the person who contributed the most Sparks in the month of January, is the one and only Mr. Camshafts. Camshafts.
All right.
Yes, thank you very much for your Sparks donations. Camshafts came in at 4.9 million Sparks.
Holy.
wow.
Number 2 was Rob G at 4.4, and Freaky RO came in third with 3.2 million. Thank you very much, guys. And our Hall of Fame winners, these are people who spent the most time in stream, in our Mixer stream, mixer.com/XoneBros, time-wise. Our Hall of Fame winner was Maxi411 with 661 hours.
Holy.
Congratulations, Maxi411, and thank you very much for hanging out. Viper came in second with 657 hours, and Reckham came in third with 654 hours. So thank you very much, guys. Doing yeoman's work there for the X1 Bros.
Very cool.
Appreciate it. Next.
Very cool. What's also cool about this Apex roadmap with the hero system is, now don't quote me on this, but I think how it's set up is each season we're going to get a new legend. So that means we're going to get 4 new characters this year. Oh. Which is pretty I mean, because what Overwatch
That's a good way to make money.
Overwatch does 2
Yeah.
per year. You know,
2
if you
per
take,
year.
I think like League
Heroes
of
does
Legends
like 30.
Well, they did take those people and put them somewhere else, so they might be
took all
doing
their-
15 now.
That's
So since we're on Heroes, we're in the past we're going to get one each season. Sorry, and how long is a season?
So a season
months.
is about
3 months.
3 months, yeah, and
3
there's going to be
months.
4 seasons per year. So in each season, you're like I said, you're going to get new weapons, new loot, and I think new legends, which is the heroes.
New
So
Legends, new loot,
theoretically,
and new Legends.
yeah. Theoretically, you're going, and then in addition to the battle pass, right? Each season. So theoretically, we're going to get 4 new.
Now that's cool because
Characters per year.
unlike skins, new hero types change the meta of a game.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you're going to make your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's going to keep the game fresh.
Well, and let me ask you this: what class do you think is missing, or what type of character do you think is missing?
I
so
honestly,
far from the game?
after watching a lot of people YouTube and kind of seeing their ideas, I think they'll incorporate like a wall runner type class. You know
More
what I mean?
agile.
Like
An agility
like
class?
the because they won't put wall running
Well, 'cause
in the
Wraith-
base game,
Wraith-
but as a class.
Wraith is kind of that because she has the teleport ability, or I don't.
Which
know
the
if it's called
teleport ability is awesome.
Yeah, so she kind of is that, but
Well, you can make the class like wall run and double jump, like
Oh,
they can
okay.
in
A Genji?
they can in-
Yeah.
yeah, you can Genji it
With a blade
with the play.
as an ultimate.
if they said they didn't include wall run for strategic
Yeah,
reasons,
that's why you add it as a class because that adds his strategic. Like it's just an ability. You can only use it for what? Let's say 10 seconds, right? How long can you use the portal ability?
So it's only for
Same.
that specific hero. So
Same.
that's what balances
That's what
it.
balances
Yeah.
it. Not
Oh, okay.
that hero can do. You know
not
what I
everyone
mean?
could do it. I see what you're saying.
Now, whether I mean, some people were thinking it'd be cool if his ult, if they have an ult where it's a Titan. I mean, but that guy would just,
Yeah.
that would be a cool character.
He
But
just,
no, I mean,
he
I
just
don't-
comes down as a Titan. Everyone, that would be. That's
So
what
I
we
don't,
call
I don't
unbalanced.
think, I don't think they'll ever do Titans unless they do like a specific type of game mode, like a fun one for a week or something like that.
Now,
But,
do you think they're going to add world events? Like, for instance, there was just a concert in Fortnite, stuff like
I
that.
want to talk about that.
that's where Fortnite dominates.
actually.
I think to stay relevant, you do like a Christmas, like Fortnite changed its map to snow and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
With different pickups, different loot,
whether you
different-
want to change your map or stuff, I do think but I think that's what the battle pass is for. Your battle pass is your event, right? Because
Okay.
Fortnite's battle passes all seem to have a theme, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah, each season, and that's how they change the map. They build into the map change, and then they've done it in the past, like the rocket that went through all the time and space and all that stuff. Fortnite's just I don't know how many
They're just
people
good
they
at what
have
they do.
working because they can roll things out so fast. And I want to talk about that concert that happened.
Sure.
Was it last weekend?
yeah, marshmallows, right?
I think, what did they have, 10 million? Like 10 million people viewing it at once or something insane? And
Yeah.
and it's a legit concert, live. It was a live concert.
So they had a DJ, his name's
Marshmello,
Marshmallow.
yeah.
Yeah. They had him do a concert in the game. When you loaded the game, you went to this game mode, launched in, and it forced you into a certain part of the map.
No guns. They took away all you weren't killing people. Everyone's just standing around.
Correct. And
Can you imagine if like a gunfight broke out during the concert?
That would be awesome. And I mean, that kind of like when I first heard about this, I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds stupid. You know, it's a concert and a game. What in the world? Then you go, everyone that's curious about this, go watch the concert on YouTube. Just watch people doing it.
Didn't they have special emotes and stuff for it?
Oh, it was a legit awesome concert. And I've been to concerts. I love my music.
Yeah.
And it was, you'd have Marshmallow, and which they motion captured him doing the whole concert, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's all motion captured. I don't know. I don't think it was live.
But I think I heard that his voice was live, what was happening was live.
That's so cool. Well, he would say stuff. Well, it's taking place. It's where this concert's taking place is in Pleasant, which is a location on the map, and he'd be like, hey, Pleasant, how's it going? You know, saying like that. And on top of the stage, you had like your go-go dancers that are the holograms of the skins of the characters you can whatever play, and they're doing dances and stuff. And he has fireworks going off, and then he'll be like, all right, everybody, jump! And then everybody has like super jump abilities, and the whole crowd's jumping up and down like 40 feet high, and it's I'm not that big of a fan of Marshmallow's music,
but his concerts are top tier.
You don't have to be a fan to understand a good rock show. A good show.
Not only that, but to see what, this is the first of something that's going to happen again now.
Yeah, well, and he as a electronic DJ, he has bass drops in his music. There are times when the bass hit, when the bass drops and then you have everything just climax to a really, strong part of the song. Right when that happens, everyone just starts flying like Superman all around.
So what you're saying, it was like the club in Ready Player One, the Zero Gravity Dance Club. Like it was just,
but good. I was honestly blown away. And even if you don't like the concert, which I want to find the person that can watch that and go, that wasn't cool, right? I want to find that person because that was awesome. The fact that they are combining pop culture in a game like this, I think you're going to see this happen way more often. They just paved the way for the future.
Yeah, the thing is, new.
I mean, it's fun.
You're going to see.
You can't beat fun.
If you can code a game to have a live concert, I bet you.
Ready for this?
I bet you. Hold on. I'll bet you that Marshmallow in that concert had more people in one concert doing that than any other rock show in the world or anything.
Yeah.
It was live.
10 million concurrent concert goers.
Name a venue that can hold 10 million people.
Yeah, none.
Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant.
Yeah, Pleasant.
No one's been to Pleasant.
It was so
ready for
good.
This? It was live. 10 million concurrent viewers, which puts him up where like the Super Bowl is.
You know what's fascinating about that?
That they just coded that for 10 minutes. Like they put that in a game for only 10 minutes.
Well, what's interesting about that is the server engineering that went into that. Because like you said, the gravity and all that at certain points.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Thinking, why would an artist come and do this? Every single one of his music videos jumped by 24,000% the day after.
Well, and he already had a billion views.
Yeah.
He's huge.
24,000%. You've got his number one video jumped. 24,000 was his number one. Other videos, 22,000, 1,000 sales. He has 1,000% sales boost on iTunes.
Name me, even before last weekend, name me a 10-year-old that doesn't know him. Name me a 12-year-old that he's
that's
big.
Probably they're all going to YouTube to watch Marshmallow.
Yeah, his views, they're all up. So if you're an artist, dude, I'll be there when Taylor Swift comes to town.
Once again, I think this is Fortnite paving the way for something video games can do.
Next concert, as a community, we should all go.
Yeah, we should.
We should all go
watch
as a community.
It's 10 minutes long on YouTube. Try to find a video of somebody that isn't annoying.
Yeah, that's really hard.
That's really hard, but the show is amazing. They coded that. They put all that effort into coding 10 minutes of a game.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
And that was just like
so
Team 3
awesome.
that did that.
Yeah, I know. Team 3.
Yeah. Team 1, 2, and 4 through
We're working on the
80.
next concerts.
Yeah. Well, you know why they
So
have the power
amazing.
to do that so easily? Because they own their engine. They just go across the hallway and they go, "Hey, Unreal
their
guys,
engine.
can you just make this happen?" And
that is cool, and it just shows like this is one of the things that people don't understand in mainstream culture, like all of us in gaming culture, see this. We're so far ahead of what you can do with technology. Like that's an example of the future of concerts, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
what you can do with technology that people don't realize.
Yeah.
For instance, I had the opportunity to go to a local media station the last couple of weeks, and they're experts at producing television shows and radio shows, and they have no idea about Twitch. They have no idea about Mixer. They have no idea about OBS, about software that's being used to stream. And I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, oh hey, we have those same microphones. Like they have this $20,000 pieces of equipment that we're using to stream a podcast or a video game or whatever.
Well, we don't have the $20,000 version.
Yeah, for $50, right?
Yeah,
I mean that's and that's the difference. Gaming and gamers are so far ahead of the cultural norm and so far ahead of seeing where technology
traditional
is gonna,
media,
yeah,
for example.
Yeah, is of where technology is going to take us in the future than anybody else and than anybody even realizes, I think.
Well, I even think like the kids that are playing Fortnite, like my nephew, and he knows who Marshmello is, and he was at that concert live. I don't think they realize how much work goes into what he just saw.
Yeah.
That 10 minutes.
That
probably
10
took
minutes.
Hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
Way more than
Well,
that.
I don't know. I mean,
You should
maybe
see
they
the
had Team
concert.
3 and 4 on it.
Go see the concert, and you'll be blown away that Fortnite, they were just...
So it was in its own like private section, like a game mode.
It came up like you
Okay,
could
cool.
do squads.
Yeah,
or
so that's
whatever,
how they
yeah.
controlled it. But still, I mean, it's the work. That's a lot of engineering.
So
You know what I
much,
mean? Like, that's-
and then to have the go-go dancers up to like you should see the go-go dancers. It's awesome. And then in the middle of where everyone is, then they had their own dancers coming up, and it was a rock show.
What's crazy, if you really think about it,
Oh, see, there it is. So, I mean, I could pull this up on this computer too, so we could show streamers. But watch that, David. So David's got it up. You'll be blown away how awesome it is.
What's really cool is having the stability to do that,
right?
because you have 10 million players watching. Given there's probably 100 per instance, right? But still having the server stability to do that.
Oh yeah, that takes money.
Because think about it, can Call of Duty
They
do that?
they offload it on Amazon.
Yeah, can Call of Duty do that? I mean, they're barely. I mean,
Yeah, no.
can
Their concert, their singer would be falling through the map.
I mean, I hate to say this, but could PUBG do that with their server stability? I mean,
I
you
don't
got
think
the power of Microsoft behind you, so maybe you'd
with-
have a chance.
Maybe with Azure,
Yeah, but
the power of Azure.
The power of Sir.
I think it's Azure.
Azure. Sorry, Azure.
I thought you were
French. I'm getting
I thought you were
French.
talking about Zer
Zer.
from Destiny.
So
Anyway,
fun.
fascinating.
I want to show this concert off on to chat while we're talking about some stuff. But anyways, it's like it blows my mind.
So will Apex Legend have these types of cultural events? Will they have?
I don't think EA has the server stability to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
remember when the demo went live? Every game broke.
Yeah, but Titanfall has never had that issue. Titanfall has always. I mean, even this.
Yeah,
this
but
launched really solid.
Titanfall 1 had Microsoft behind them
Maybe-
with their servers, and Titanfall 2 was sandwiched in between two major titles, so it didn't have as much people playing it.
Yeah, but regardless, it still didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
And now there's 10 million. There's 10 million. There's 10
But
million.
see, they're not
players
all at
in
the same
72
place at the same time.
I think-
That's what kills you.
I think
Yeah.
that 10 million it got up to 10 million. I think there's a million concurrent, right?
Yeah.
So it's not 10 million concurrent, it's a million concurrent, and they got up to 10 million.
No, it's 10 million concurrent as of in 72 hours.
Yeah, in 70. Well, maybe you're right. I think it got up to 10 million,
I'll
and
tell
then
you.
the concurrent. is
Regardless, they've Titanfall since the first one on the OG Xbox One never had server issues. Like was launched really solid. Remember that came off the back of Battlefield 4. So you're
that was broken.
yeah, which was broken.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though.
100% broken.
Yeah. Yeah, it blows my mind.
No, it's
I think
cool.
I think Fortnite is pushing the future of everything.
Oh, okay.
Of concerts, of
It's 10 million unique, 1 million concurrent. That's what it is right now.
fine. You and your legal mumbo jumbo.
Anyways, regardless, the Battle Pass is coming. Super exciting.
Yeah, very cool. Moving on, there's an episode of Inside Xbox this week.
Oh, yeah.
Got a lot of good stories. Got one personal favorite of mine. Ooh. We'll get to that one last. But let's start off with a big one, new Game Pass games. So, first of all, we have Crackdown 3 coming to Game Pass.
I'm really... That's this week. That launches this week.
Next week, right?
Yeah, this next upcoming week.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah,
that launches. That's
February 15th. It's going to be in Game Pass day one. What's really cool is they showed off the opening cutscene, and Terry Crews is in it.
It's the Terry Crews scene,
and it's pretty
awesome.
awesome.
That is Terry Crews' game.
It's the Terry Crews game.
Well, what's interesting is I thought you were actually playing as Terry Crews, but you can choose. So basically, in the cutscene, you meet all the agents, and then something happens, and you actually have to choose one of the agents, right?
Yeah.
So one of the agents you can be is Terry Crews, and I think I'll be him just because he's hilarious. Yeah. But you can choose any agent. You can be.
Well, he's going to be the most used
agent. Yeah. I mean, the game is about him.
Yeah,
I know it really is.
It's his life
so
story.
far for 3 years. For the past 3 years, anyway.
So it's cool that it's finally here. They've been doing a lot of tech tests on the Xbox and the PC lately, and apparently the Azure cloud computing on the multiplayer destruction stuff is really cool. A lot of people are saying it's pretty awesome.
Everything that I'm reading, game websites, journalists have gotten access to the preview or the pregame here, and they're all saying that the super impressive, the destruction.
Well, what's
stuff.
cool is it's like the classic Bad Company, before they balanced everything. I prefer it unbalanced because in Bad Company you were able just to take everything out, and then they changed the destruction because of balance. Now maybe this is balanced or not. I mean, when everybody's a crazy awesome character, I mean that's probably how you balance it. But from what it looks like, you can just level the map in multiplayer. I mean. What else do you want?
What else do you want? What else do you need?
When you can take down a skyscraper. And another cool fact, it's going to be like Zelda-ish, where you remember in Breath of the Wild when you were able just to go to the final boss right from the beginning?
Yeah.
You can do the same thing in Crackdown 3.
Very cool.
Now, the level gap is probably going to be pretty big.
Or you're going to get crushed.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Speedrunners.
Multiplayer is where this game is going to shine.
Well, what's fun...
Well, that's what's going to make or break it.
No, I agree. I think the competitive multiplayer is going to be good, but what I'm excited about is the co-op. I hope they... It feels like the last couple games didn't quite get the co-op.
Correct.
I don't know, to the Jordan standard that I like.
Which is an actual co-op.
Approval.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't want to be mean because like Far Cry 5, fun game, but the co-op, it was a bummer because the best co-op game I have played is Dead Rising 3, and because they did it right. If I was 5 stories ahead of Mark, all I did was jump back to Mark's game, and then he progressed up to me. Now we're both at the same story, and we do missions 6, 7, and 8. It progresses for both of our worlds. You know what I mean? It never felt like we were wasting time.
And in Far Cry 5...
You had to go back and do the same thing.
It was stupid because it didn't save on my game when I would play with Jordan, and Jordan's game when he would play with me.
So you have to redo.
So
the same
it almost felt like, well, might as well not play.
There was no incentive or reward for playing co-op.
Where the thing is like if
it
Mark,
almost hurt you
in Dead Rising 3. If Mark was ahead of me, it was like, oh well, I can go back because he'll still get loot, which is one thing, right? And when I catch up to him, we'll progress together.
And see
that, and that was the
I mean, that only
appeal.
We only had to figure that out by like episode 1 or 2, and then we do the next 10 together.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then we could just start out together too, and it'll progress both our games.
And that's the type of co-op that I like, and I wonder how this co-op is going to be.
Crackdown handles it that way.
Now, given they do have the awesome... I'm excited for the co-op, because co-op is fun.
Yeah.
So...
Can we... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What's next?
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, at some point, I want to go over all the games releasing this week, because holy crap.
Oh, well... Almost a segue into that. You want to know what's coming out in Game Pass?
Starting
out with Crackdown 3. So we get Crackdown 3 in Game Pass just next week. Guess what the next huge heavy hitter is after that?
Give me a hint.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, you don't even need to give me a hint.
And then another heavy hitter after that. Batman Return to Arkham Collection.
Oh, yes.
So the remastered.
The collection?
The collection, The remastered.
Baby.
Yeah. And then another ginormous one. The Walking Dead Original Season 1.
The
one that started it all.
I'll be honest, it did start it all, but Telltale improved dramatically. And so when you go back to the first one, you're like, yeah.
And then you get Pumped BMX Pro, which is actually really cool. So imagine, it's not necessarily Trials, but imagine Trials just with a BMX bike, and you have to like do tricks and stuff. It's a side scroller. You go through and do tricks, and if you fall, you really fall.
Oh,
really?
These
guys get hurt. And then David's personal favorite, Da Blob.
The Blob.
You have to go through the town, bringing color back to this gray world as Da Blob.
The Blob.
Coming to Game Pass. Very cool.
With that, let's talk about the games that are coming this week. Has there ever been a February or January and a February and a March, 3 months in a row? You always get a lull, right? Then you get 3 hits. Then you get a big summer release. Then there's a lull. Then Christmas release comes, right?
Usually there's one game.
Yeah. Look at just this week. Ready? Crackdown 3.
Ouch.
That's big. Everyone's going to hit that. Jump Force.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to look forward to that one.
Dragon Ball Z, you guys. So hard.
Far Cry New Dawn. So you're getting your new Far Cry on. That's a big release. And Metro Exodus. Yeah. That's just this upcoming week. Then the week after that, we've got Trial Rising's on its way. Oh, my goodness.
How do you do this?
Then you got Black Desert Online the week after that.
I don't know how to do it. I have no idea how to do it.
And meanwhile, in between that, we're getting game releases that weren't even announced. We got Wargroove that was announced the week before it released. Hey,
Apex.
Apex, 2 days before it released, was announced. What game are we not talking about this week that will be here next week? I don't know.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
I don't know.
It's pretty awesome.
I mean,
all
it's
in time
awesome
for Valentine's Day.
But here's the deal. It's like chocolate cake.
Okay.
Every for the most part, everybody likes chocolate cake.
Oh, everybody does.
And
yes.
I don't mind having a nice big slice of chocolate cake.
This is true.
I don't mind possibly having 2 slices of chocolate cake.
Preach it.
But when I'm eating the entire cake, I'm getting pretty sick.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
Laxatives.
Can I ask a question? Let's
You just got it.
Like Brucey on Matilda.
You let it go, and then you're good for a new round.
I'm just saying that's a lot of chocolate cake we're about
it's
to
true.
eat.
That is true.
I would like to ask a question.
Yes.
Let's just do 3 of them. Let's go Metro Exodus, Crackdown 3, and Jump Force. In order of playing them, how are you going to do it? I know my order, I think. I think I'm going to hit Crackdown first.
See,
what are the options?
Crackdown, the biggest ones. I mean,
out.
I think the heavy hitter. Well, I mean, they're all heavy.
You're
hitters.
not going to include Far Cry in that?
Well, because it's an expansion to the base.
And the co-op sucks.
Well, maybe they fixed it. I don't know, right?
Okay.
So you got Metro Exodus, Jump Force, and Crackdown. In my mind, are kind of your big AAAs of next week, right?
See,
if you want, you can play DreamWorks Dragons: Dawn of the New Riders.
that's. I think for me, I've just been really looking forward to it. The stuff they've been having gameplay videos come out lately. Metro Exodus looks. And I love single-player first-person shooter games. They've made a huge comeback in my life. Mm-hmm. I think Metro Exodus I go with first. I think Jump Force second.
Ooh.
And then Crackdown third. Just because I don't know Crackdown, I don't know what to expect.
I think I do Crackdown first because I actually haven't played the first 2 either, and I'm excited for it. I think the destruction looks fun.
Yeah.
Then Metro Exodus just because it looks awesome, and then I think I save Jump Force maybe that March when I need that fighting game.
I don't know, Jump Force.
Or maybe... I don't know. We did play it at E3, and it was freaking awesome.
For me, Jump Force and Metro can switch. Because Jump Force is a jump in, you do your force, and you jump out.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That was really good.
You see? No, but you can jump in and out real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, play a couple rounds.
I'm not worried about doing the campaign there.
What's hard, though, is you got Mortal Kombat coming out in April. So do I wait for April and I play my Mortal Kombat?
No, because this is a completely different type of game.
Yeah.
It's a completely different type of game. This is the Japanese... any game that I can be Naruto in, or...
Amen.
Yeah. And
and
3D run around in circles.
Yeah.
I'm
and One
there.
Punch Man and all those.
Wait,
games.
is anyone from Titan? What's the Titan?
DLC? He'll be DLC.
Is the Titan guy?
Aaron?
Levi will be
Aaron?
DLC.
Aaron or
Dude, Levi
Levi?
is
If
awesome.
they put Levi in there, I'm not playing anyone else.
Mark, what about you?
So here's
So wait,
the
hold
deal.
on. To recap, hold on. I go Metro, then Jump Force, then Crackdown. You go.
I think I go
Crackdown,
Crackdown, Metro, then Jump Force.
Ooh,
Okay,
Spicy.
I'm going to go Wargroove. Okay, Wargroove then Apex. Because here's my problem. I'm a gamer that can't bounce around. I'm very loyal, and I like to finish my games and then leave them behind and
But
go
you
to the
do
next
have
one.
Game Pass and that multiplayer in Crackdown.
What if Crackdown is Amazeballs?
Well, see, that's the thing. This is why it's so hard for me. It's chocolate cake. I have a hard time with... I can't... Because I haven't finished Wargroove, and that's a very difficult game to master. It's very difficult, and I want to master it.
We were experimenting before the show. We're about to jump into some heavy multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. Their multiplayer is so
basically
good.
chess.
It's chess that you can play a billion games at the same time if you so wanted.
It's chess with ultimates.
So good. Anyways, so I'm at those games. I have to play those, and new games coming up. Right? I don't know. this is really hard for me to deal with in my life.
It's giving you anxiety.
It really is.
It's gone from the point from spicy where it was pleasurable. Now it's stressing him out.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's difficult because usually games have been. I mean, you'll have your Novembers, your Octobers, your Novembers, which are hard hitters. But you got January and February to catch up on your backlog a little bit, right? From those games that you just didn't
have
play.
that. Even in January.
I know.
There's been no
I'm
lull.
stressing out.
There's been no lull.
Because what did January give us? We got Kingdom Hearts right at the end, and I think there was one right at the beginning, too.
There was like 3.
Yeah, it hurts.
Anyways, yeah. So screw you, David, for introducing me to Wargroove. That's...
Well, remember our conversation. We're at the gym, and I said, Spicy, you have got to get this game. It's right up your alley. You'll love it. Have you ever played Advanced Wars? I've never played Advanced Wars. You got to get this. And immediately, when I was like, it's turn-based strategy, here's what it's like, he ordered it there on his phone.
I did. This is one of those games that if you're not careful, you look up and it's 4 a.m.
It's true.
And so you have to...
One more turn mentality.
Yeah, you have to be really careful. So... let's do a hypothetical here.
Hypothetical.
Metro.
No other games exist.
I would say Metro first.
Metro
Then
first.
you got Jump Force or Crackdown second.
I would say Crackdown.
Then Jump Force.
And then
for you.
Jump Force. I think that would be my order.
We all have different lists.
Yeah, then we're all
Fascinating.
different.
We're all
We're all
different.
different.
We're all
We're
unique in our own
We're
way.
all individuals.
We're all individualities.
all of us together.
So you got those games coming out, which is great. You got the new Game Pass games, which are coming out. We have this new thing going on called Halo Outpost Discovery. This is really cool. Basically,
Halo.
It's a traveling museum with Halo. They're going to different cities throughout the country. They're going to have different events. They're going to have... for example, when you first walk in, you'll be greeted by the new AI that they have. You're going to be taken to rooms where it makes
You're
you
going
feel...
to be greeted by AI?
Yeah, like Cortana. Cortana's not the one that's going to be greeting you, but there's going to be another ship.
What do you
AI.
mean? Is there going to be a blue light going from room to room?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
And Will Smith is going to come out on his gas fossil-fueled motorcycle?
yeah.
I'm kind of scared.
And then they're going to have different rooms and like little events that you can see. Like, for example, they were talking about one room where it's kind of a dome, but it makes you feel like you're on the Halo ring.
Guys, we got to go
Like
to
you
this.
can kinda see
we
the
got to
ring
go
go
to
up.
this. Is it coming to our town?
It's
No.
not coming to Utah. I think it's basically going east-west done. Like they,
Oh,
they
okay.
skipped all the middle
They
stuff.
just fly right over
There's a
us.
lot of people in the middle.
Yeah, they don't care
What about us?
Yeah.
Guys, we're here.
What about us?
What about us?
So no, there was a few other places. I think there's
Master Chief doesn't ski.
yeah, he does.
He does.
Clearly
Not with
doesn't
that
ski.
armor.
Not with that Mjolnir armor.
I think there was about 4 or 5 locations that it was coming to. You can pull them up, but
Las Vegas? Do they make a stop? They might make a stop in Las
I don't
Vegas.
know.
That
I think
would be
it was
us.
like. I mean, here, let me just.
Technically-
you want to just look it up? Click on one of those.
Master
There's like
Chief
5
is wearing
towns.
ski boots. I've seen him run in the
2,000
cutscenes.
pounds.
No,
ski
yeah.
boots.
Oh, also he
'Cause
slides.
they
He
don't-
slides. He power slides down the slopes.
You'll notice he's not wearing a pair of Nikes that like cushion his, run.
No, he's a man.
They're like Lego blocks.
Yeah, he just takes it like a
He
man.
just
He's
takes
got
it.
tough feet.
He's really got some tough feet.
Apparently, 3 people from Discord are going to the Orlando one. Maybe
I believe one is in Orlando.
Maybe we jump to
Orlando, Philadelphia, Chicago, Houston, and Los Angeles.
Wow, you're so smart, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you.
Fitzy, way to go. Dang.
Orlando, Philadelphia, Chicago, Houston, and Anaheim.
Anaheim.
I guess Chicago's in the middle.
I mean,
And Houston's on the bottom.
and California's. I mean,
They basically did.
Chicago's not really in the middle, though, is it? It's like middle right.
But see, here's my problem with that. I have a problem with calling that the Midwest.
Wait,
because
which
that's
one?
the Midwest.
Chicago.
Chicago's the Midwest, right? But it's technically not the Midwest.
It's the mid north.
It's the mid-north east.
Yeah, it's very east too. When you look at
That
it,
way.
anything that corners the Great Lakes is not the West.
But see, here's the deal. They call it the Midwest.
Because for East Coasters, it is.
When I was a kid, I was like, I'm from the Midwest. Haha. I really wasn't. I was lying.
basically,
I was from Utah.
Basically, anything from like I don't even know what's
Well, I don't
Colorado. Colorado over is the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't count Utah.
You know what I mean?
Wyoming.
Then it's the Midwest. Then it's the East Coast.
Yeah, I don't
never
count
got that.
I don't count Utah as the Midwest. I count it as the West.
I just said the West. Yeah.
But it's not. It's the Midwest.
If you're
See,
in-
you look on a map,
if
we're in
you're-
the middle
if-
and the West.
if-
no. So I think there's the West, there's the Mid, and then there's the East. In my Utopia, there's
if
only
you're in
3
a day's
sections.
drive from the ocean, that's the West.
Yeah, that's the requirement.
Yeah, that's right.
A
You're in a
day's drive?
day's drive.
But you
10
can
hours.
get from like California
10
to
hours.
Texas in a day.
Texas I count as the West
Texas
as well.
is
And
the
then you're in
West.
Texas for 3 days.
Yeah, Texas is
From that point, you
Texas.
transition.
Texas is the West, the Midwest, and the East and the South.
It really
all
is.
of it.
Texas is everything. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, it's all, I really am annoyed by calling like Illinois.
Well, for
The
East
Midwest.
Coast, that's because we live in an East Coast centric country.
We do. We do.
I mean, New York's the center of the world. So.
Is it though? Is it? I mean, if you think about it, the people on the other side of the world, maybe Los Angeles is the center for them.
Isn't the center of the world where that line goes through in London? What's that called?
Oh, Greenwich or
Hey,
whatever?
I was listening.
Greenwich?
Since we're talking about the world, I was listening to the Major Nelson podcast.
We're talking about stuff.
Yeah, I was listening to the Major Nelson podcast last week, and he taught me a nice little fact. Did you know that
Tell me.
there's a place in the ocean somewhere, like an island out in the ocean, where if you're on this island, the closest human being to you is on the space station?
Really?
Yeah, fascinating.
What island is that? We got to go there.
I don't know, but we should go. We should do a live show there.
This sounds like an origin story of a video game.
When we build our
No, you
studio,
said it. It was
when
cool.
we build the XoneBros studio, let's build it on that island.
Yeah,
Complete privacy, or as they say in the UK, privacy.
privacy,
Privacy.
and Mario.
Next, what else?
All right. So one of my favorite stories. I love this game. I think it's whimsical. I think it's fun. I think David played with me a little bit, and it's finally coming out of early access into full access. Astroneer.
Oh, Astroneer.
This was
Yeah.
I had a ton of fun with this game, and that was just in early access when a lot of things were broken.
Space survival building.
So yeah, it's Minecraft in space. Remember, you had to like have your little oxygen tube. You had to
Yeah.
build your little. And remember, you lost my car. You did play with me because you lost my car on the other side of the planet.
I lost your car.
Mark, one time I was on this planet, and I had to. You have to build your own car.
Astroneer.
right? Astroneer,
Survival.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Survival
You have to build
builder.
your own car. So I built my own car, which isn't easy because you got to have oxygen, seats, wheels, right? David drives it off into the middle of nowhere, and he lost it.
We lost it.
Yeah.
Because we ran out of oxygen, so I died and the car was lost.
Yeah, the car was gone. It was like on the other side of the planet.
Sucks so bad. Oh, my
man.
gosh.
The game is now available live. I'm so excited. Sorry, it's not quite yet. It's April 6th, which is actually a couple days ago. So yes, it is going on right now. It's live right now. Man, that was a lot of changing news all at once.
That was.
But
we were all over the place.
I'm excited for it.
We're all over the place. No, I just looked it up. You're right, David. Greenwich, the prime meridian, Greenwich. I learned that from a book about, what is it? Tom Hanks was in the movie.
Castaway?
No, not that one.
Saving
The other
Private
one.
Ryan.
No! Well, I mean, it takes place kind of in the same area. He's all about symbols and stuff.
Oh, yes. Dan Brown.
Yeah, the book. That was the author.
Yeah, Dan Brown.
Da
Remember,
Vinci
he
Code?
follows
Angels
it up.
and
Angels and
Demons.
Demons, Da Vinci
Hey,
Code.
Da Vinci Code.
The Da Vinci Code.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I learned about the prime meridian.
We got it.
Yeah,
The Da Vinci
Greenwich.
Code.
That's so good.
Dude, that Dan Brown book like hooks you like that.
Dan Brown.
It's good.
Good stuff.
Tom Hanks with long hair kind of freaks me out. I'll be honest.
I take him a little bit more seriously.
Really? Well, he is a professor with long hair.
Maybe that's why. Yeah,
Basically.
he knows his stuff.
He really kind of freaks me out, I'll be honest. Although, did he have long hair in the Wilson series where he was
Yeah,
on?
he did. Yeah, but he was naked, so you can't take him serious.
Yeah, that's true.
Naked and
I don't know. That also makes me take it more seriously.
naked and malnutritioned. You can't take anyone
Yeah,
serious.
that's the facts of life right there.
Sekiro.
Shadows Die Twice came out with their story preview trailer. It looks awesome.
I haven't
It's
watched
basically
it.
just a really cool cinematic.
Yeah.
So watch it.
Well, that's the Dark Souls game.
Oh,
The new
yeah,
Dark Souls
yeah.
game
From
but
CD Projekt
as a
Red.
samurai.
Crash Bandicoot Racing
Classic.
is coming out on the Xbox One later this year. I just thought this was really cool. I think we knew about this a little while
We did,
ago,
yeah, we
but
talked
they basically answered some questions. Basically, what I'm excited for is online. Yay! Online is fun.
Online. Woo!
Woo, yay, racing online. It's
Division-
remastered. It's basically going to be kind of what Spyro Reignited was
Yeah.
for Spyro for the Crash. Crash Bandicoot Racing. It was on the original PlayStation. We played it. Was it the original PlayStation? PlayStation. I think it was the original PlayStation. But anyway, it's basically Mario Kart for everybody else that doesn't have a Nintendo
Mario Kart for non-Mario people.
or Mario.
Mario.
It
As they
actually,
say in the-
As they
it's
say
Mario
everywhere
Kart
else.
that hasn't been screwed up by Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
It's like your traditional Mario Kart.
I don't know if they're going to take out time. Maybe
Back
they
to
will.
the
Who knows?
basics.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's going to be fun, so I'm excited. Division 2 private beta is going on right now. It's going on from February 7th, which was yesterday, all the way until February
gonna get
11th,
hot.
which is
Keep it open a little bit. It'll get warm. Sorry, Jordan.
Which
David's
is-
doing something.
Monday.
He's kind of scaring me. So, yeah, the beta starts Monday?
Yes, and it's in the Americas, Europe and Middle East, Japan and Asian and the Oceania.
No, it doesn't start Monday.
No, it
started.
ends Monday.
Oh, it ends Monday.
It ends Monday. Sorry.
Yeah, it started today.
7th through the 10th.
I got a code. I'm going to check it out this week.
In all those locations. Americas, Europe and Middle East, Japan, and Asia, and Oceania.
I hear good things. I hear good things.
I hear
so
good
far.
things too. Also, for all those of you that want to try out Elder Scrolls Online and not pay for the
ESO Plus.
Yeah, not pay for the subscription.
ESO Plus program.
Oh, it's free until Tuesday.
It's free right now, so go check it out. You get access to all the DLCs. If you accomplish those DLCs before Tuesday, wow,
Possible.
So
if you want to drop the Division beta,
Drop
and
it.
and go get some ESO Plus. This one was interesting. So EA had some stuff this week that they talked about. They're not doing well. According to
they didn't hit their goals for. They're doing well. They just didn't hit their goals for Battlefield.
Instead of
their revenue goals.
They were expecting 1.6 billion. They got 1.2 billion instead.
Yeah. So it affects their shareholders and their outlook, but it's not like EA is losing money. They're still making a lot of money.
I mean, they're still doing their thing.
They're down 20%, right? Was it 20%?
But they're not growing as much as they expected.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you use the strategy of don't buy our game.
That's basically, and actually the CEO,
That's the marketing campaign.
The CEO kind of admitted that. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, when Battlefield launched their first trailer, it didn't have that Battlefield feel. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it.
I was one of the people that liked it because I didn't know what was happening.
Which I don't think which I don't think that hurt them as much as their response. Their response to, well, if you don't like this game, it's because you're a bad person, basically. I think that's what killed them. And they even flaunted it at the grand opening.
The grand opening, they even had a banner that said, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, they had a banner.
So and then I just okay.
So the guy that was in charge of that.
So we didn't buy it.
So okay.
I don't mean to call people dumb or anything like that, but the guy who thought of that and then decided, hey, let's let people have their cell phones.
Well, I don't even
take
think the
pictures
guy
of
that thought of that, the guy who approved that.
Yeah,
that's my question.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah.
See how it turns out.
Yeah.
I don't think you should ever make fun or criticize in a negative manner the people that pay you money.
You know who did it very well, actually, and this is when we were at E3. Sea of Thieves. The developers were sitting outside. Remember, and those people, and they will not be named, but fans of the game came up and they said, "Hey guys, this game is great, but you know what really sucks, sack." And
they were passionate.
And the developers, they handled it perfect. They're like, "Man, that's a really good
Thank
idea.
you for
I'm going to
that."
tell my boss."
When in reality, I'm sure they're like, if I have to hear that one more time.
I know, right? You know they're mad.
But
that was a professional way. That's how you handle it correctly.
Tact.
You say, look, I know that you don't like, but a lot of people like this game. This is the direction we're going. We'll hope you'll come join us. I think you will like it if you give us a chance.
Not screw you guys. Flip them off.
Well, you suck because you don't like us. Whoa, man.
Yeah, that was an interesting campaign move.
I wonder if they thought it would work. That's what blows my mind. Hey, this guy just said that. Oh, that's okay, cool.
Because I don't think the trailer.
Well, even Blizzard did this when they came out with Diablo Mobile.
Oh, that was so.
And he's
fun.
like,
"Oh yeah."
That guy goes up. Is this some sort of April Fool's joke? Early April Fool's joke.
You know what made me mad about
that?
that?
Then he attacked that guy.
The Diablo
upset
guy.
me?
What did he say again? He just said well, don't you guys like games or something?
No, he said, don't you have phones?
Oh, don't you guys own phones?
And I think
wrong answer.
Yeah.
You say, oh, it seems like, we're going to try, blah, blah.
Look, I know you had some hesitation, but trust me, it's going to be fun
that would
on
be
mobile.
A perfect answer.
Right? That's what you
Well,
say.
what made me mad about that is the media actually attacked the people asking the questions. Certain websites that shall not be named were and these guys were just asking questions that the developers didn't need it. And I was like, they asked, I think they're legitimate questions.
Oh, for Diablo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of the questions was, is this going to be a port to PC or something?
Yeah, because they said, hey, a lot of features in this game are what we've been asking for on PC. Will it eventually come to PC?
Yeah.
And
that
honestly,
guy was obviously a bigot.
Honestly, yeah, and that's what the outlets were saying. Anyway.
Heaven forbid he asks a question if he can get it on a port to PC.
He's asking where else he can buy your game. He wants your game.
He wants to give you money to play it on what he wants to play it on.
So as far as EA and Battlefield, the Battlefield 5 not doing as well.
Oh,
the gameplay is amazing. The gameplay is classic.
I
Battlefield.
told Mark last night because we were talking about their campaign that they did, the Don't Buy Our Game campaign.
Don't buy our game campaign.
And And then they double downed on the middle finger poster at the
reveal, at the launch party.
When they go with something, they go with it. Right?
Yeah, give them credit.
Respect. The way they run into that wall, full speed.
That is respect. But
no, it's a good game, super fun.
Yeah,
great gameplay. The trailer, I don't even think if you like the trailer, great. If you didn't like the trailer, great. It was how they handled it afterwards that I think people said, okay. Also, their launch date. Let's be honest, they delayed the game, and then they were smashed in between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops.
Who, by the way, was watching them run into the wall and just saying everything right.
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops, and so it's a combination. It was like the perfect storm for Battlefield to not do as well this year, right?
That's why I told Mark, and we were talking to people in the stream last night. It's such a shame because mechanically, I think this Battlefield is really well done. The whole starting out with less ammo, the healing, you're able to heal your own squads, but medics can still heal faster.
And I love the fact that, even the little things, like to refill ammo, the guy has to grab it.
Yeah, you throw it and grab. Like every action takes an input, right? I love that. It's more of a hardcore. Like the maps. I mean, I haven't played the new maps, so I can't speak for them. Like the maps are nothing to write home about. I think there's better maps in previous Battlefields, but it's just the "Don't Buy Our Game" campaign.
Well, which goes to my point. It's not the game that is that failed. It's how. It's just every decision they made at a corporate level or at a salesman level.
At a dice level.
Like choosing to put your game in between Red Dead Redemption and Call of Duty.
But see, they've always released it around that time period. Like they want it to be a Christmas game.
Honestly, I think
October though, but they smashed it in between. They put it in no man's land.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, I think it was a combination.
In my mind, just release it head to head with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like go head to head because I think you've got
and do the mechanics. Buy our game campaign instead of the don't buy our game campaign.
I think that's what I mean. I think the game could have done very well. Despite whatever criticisms you have against it, I think, in my opinion, mechanically it's one of the best ones. Maps, like I said, I don't know about the new ones because I haven't played them yet. Maps were okay, but mechanically, I thought it was really well done, right? Yeah. The micros, everything was cool, but it was the decisions of let's release a game, I think a lot of stuff hurt them. The Don't Buy Me campaign was the biggest one, right? When they first released the game, they didn't have the practice mode in there. Like you got that, and that makes people. That even made me mad. Like you're spending. Well, I spent $80, right? Because I got the deluxe version. But the first thing you load into a game, the first thing I do not want to see is coming soon.
Oh, that's
you know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then that was the practice mode. Which, by the way, I mean you can't put the practice mode isn't all that great anyway. You had to save that. Like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. They made
that
some.
That feels like at a corporate level that game was pushed out too quick as well.
Oh,
maybe because that's the delay. They did say that we delayed it because we wanted to make sure it was the best experience. The CEO,
which obviously it wasn't delayed enough
because there was
the practice mode isn't in there.
Start coming soon. Oh, okay.
Why do you think if you're in that genre, if you're competing in the team death first-person shooter genre, who's competing in that space right now? Titanfall was.
Well, that's another EA.
Where Titanfall
Don't Buy Our Game
Battlefield
campaign.
1, Titanfall and Battlefield 1 come out
another
at
shame.
the same time, or Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1.
Call of Duty, Titanfall 2, Battlefield was 3 weeks. That's how they were.
Yeah. Anyways, in that space, and they both released at the same time. Why? I wonder why. I'd be curious to know, and I'm sure there's an answer. Why you don't just release in like March when no one else in that genre is there?
I think during
that's what Titanfall did originally.
That's right, they did with Xbox One on the OG Xbox.
I actually think it was March itself.
It was March. It was March 3rd.
That's
because
the game,
that was our first podcast.
That's the game where I bought my Xbox for was Titanfall. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why. Just let Call of Duty own October, and you own, and it's because Christmas.
Take November.
It's because holiday sales. Like that's the biggest sales of the year. But other games release.
I wish I was
earlier in the year.
I wish I was in their board meetings.
A fly on the wall, just
because you're like sitting there, like really, like I said, mechanically the best game. Right,
which
think
is credit to the developer.
Yeah, is really good mechanically. But then you double down on grand operations, which in their essence are just large scale conquests. They're nothing. They add a cutscene at the beginning. They're nothing. Too impressive,
they're conquests that progress.
But again, it's nothing. It's just a regular match. Like I'd rather just jump into a regular match and go quicker.
I agree.
You know, and then you have coming soon on
and
with the
Firestorm's
practice
still
range.
not here.
And the other thing, Battle Royale's not there yet.
Yeah,
I mean, what you're not.
Black Ops, granted, Black Ops probably released theirs too soon. But
And on top of that, you have all your "Don't Buy Our Game" campaign. You know what I mean?
it's the perfect
like,
storm.
what were you guys doing?
Yeah. Anyways,
But
they did announce that Jedi Fallen Order is still coming. They're working on it.
yeah, but because of all that, they did say that the Star Wars game is still.
Yeah. Also, Disney came
thumbs
out.
up.
Disney came out and kind of gave a little nod to EA as well, saying,
Well, that's because they're.
we know what we do well. We don't make video games. That's why we let other people make video games. We're going to have more, Star Wars games in the future, stuff like that.
I think Disney's the Phantom Menace.
Disney is the Phantom.
No.
Menace.
And this is just me.
It's a good theory.
This is my conspiracy theory.
Okay, tell me your
I think
conspiracy.
they're the reason Kingdom Hearts took a little while to come out.
Okay.
Because of all the Disney properties that they wanted in there.
Sure.
I don't know. This is all theory, right? I also think they are a big reason the loot boxes in Star Wars were there.
Disney
the way they
was.
were. I think they have more say than we think they do.
Why?
Because it's their property. They're letting EA make games for them, but Star Wars is ultimately their property.
Why?
Well, see, because that game was a mixture of pay $60 and it was a free-to-play model. It was both, which is what pissed everybody off the first week that we were playing it,
Yeah.
right?
Before it released.
The
beta.
To EA's credit, it was fixed before public
It was
launch.
fixed before public. But that, to me, is a decision that I can see people that are on a corporate level that are not in the game industry would make.
Like a Disney.
Like Disney. I give credit to Jordan. It's a conspiracy theory, but I really think that Disney had the...
I think they have more to deal with it than we know.
I
Because,
agree.
I don't know how the deals work, but
why
do you
does Disney benefit?
I'm
by
sure they
coming
get, I'm sure they get kickback from those games. Hey, you use our license, we'll take 10%
but
of what you make.
doesn't a license work?
Do you think Disney doesn't get anything from those Star Wars
well,
games?
we need to know how a license works because don't some licenses work like you get we pay a blanket fee for your license plus you'll get 10%
Yes.
royalties.
Yeah, no. But it's that part right there.
I
You'll
don't
get
know.
10%.
See, I think that's
and
an EA decision.
I think it's a mixture of both. But EA has the exclusive rights to Star Wars property game. No one else can make Star Wars games except EA developers.
And the EA, you got to
And that's why I think
imagine EA paid out of the teeth for that.
Well, and I think they get a little bit more. I think they get kickback from some of these games.
Well,
You know
and
what I mean?
here's the thing, because I think it's EA, because I think EA has been trying to figure out how to do this Fortnite model. Let's call it the $300 million a month model. That's
Honestly,
what they're looking forward to, and they finally did with Apex Legends. They've done it correctly.
Where you don't make them pay $60 and
I
then
think,
do all the...
And I think I don't know if they ever intended. I think Star Wars was let's see if we can figure out a hybrid way that incentive. Like I don't think they're trying to screw us. I think they're trying to find. I think they're trying to find a way. Well, I do. I think EA gets bad rap sometimes.
Well, no.
when they
Sorry,
don't
were you
deserve
talking
it.
about Disney or Star Wars?
Star Wars?
So Disney's trying to screw us because I think they are.
No. But let me tell you, I think EA is trying.
Well, I've been screwed by Disney.
I think,
I don't.
Twice.
EA, I think is just
Twice.
I think EA is just naive.
I've been
when
screwed
they
by
screw
Disney
you.
twice.
no, but I think the movies.
Yeah.
In the same
both.
the same week.
7 and 8.
But no. But I think EA has been trying to find a way. Okay, how do we incentivize players to make them want to pay for these microtransactions, but still have a game, that is worth $60 to a player? And they were experimenting with that, and I just don't think they you can't have that in between. You're stuck in no man's land. You got to go
is my question.
all free to play.
As a game DICE, they're not stupid people, right? I mean, they know how to make a game. They make the Frostbite engine, right? How do you sit there and say, okay, we're going to charge them $60, and then if they want to level up really good, let's make them pay more money.
Money
where
to have an advantage.
you already, even if Fortnite didn't exist, you already know that that's not a good model.
I don't know. I don't know. We're not. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
We're not there. We're stupid.
Yeah.
But,
All I'm
but this
saying-
is our...
This is just my
This
conspiracy.
just doesn't
theory.
mean that it's wrong. Just because we're stupid doesn't mean what we're saying is wrong.
Stupid people do have the best conspiracy theories.
This is just my conspiracy theory. I think the reason Kingdom Hearts took so long is because Disney was
They had to put in
wanted
that-
certain stuff in there, and it was taking time.
I
right?
think
and
what-
I think Disney has more to do with that loot box debacle than
you
we
think.
know.
Perhaps.
The Phantom Menace.
I
they are the
think
Phantom
EA
Menace.
makes really good games. I think they have a terrible PR department. I think that's what it comes down to. And I think EA, because in all reality, Battlefield, fantastic game. Titanfall, fantastic game. Apex Legends, fantastic game. Madden, FIFA, fantastic games. You're getting stuff. Unravel's really good. You're getting these behind the scenes games too. You know, these smaller games that are really good.
Way Out or something like that.
Yeah, A Way Out. I mean, they come out with really good games that are really successful. Did they do Need for Speed? Need for Speed.
But see,
this year was really fun.
It's almost as if
their PR department.
Their PR department is trying to make it not sell. It's almost like that's their goal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
it's like ISPs.
I agree with you. I don't think EA does as much bad stuff as people say they do, right? I mean, because I mean, even take Overwatch. Overwatch does a lot of shady transactions, right? I mean, I think their loot box system is actually the worst.
I agree.
Out of all the games.
I think it's hit.
Activision does a lot. I mean, all these big companies are doing it, right? Because they're trying to make money. I think EA is just under the gun. You know
I think
what I mean?
EA is fun.
I think they had 3 in a row.
They're the hip. They're the hip producer, gaming production to crap on.
I mean look at Ubisoft. They've even done some bad stuff.
I think Ubisoft was. Now it's EA.
Yeah. Ubisoft stopped releasing games. I think that's why they got. I mean, they got Division 2 this year. They got a bunch of little games, right, like Trials and stuff. But
they got lots of stuff.
Well, Assassin's Creed, they stopped. I mean, Assassin's Creed really wasn't even Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, true.
They're
doing a remastered though. Assassin's Creed 3 remastered, Revolutionary War, completely redone.
Oh, that'd be
not
cool,
completely redone, but like upgraded with 4K, HDR, stuff like that.
Have they done 1 and 2?
Not to my knowledge, no. In fact, I'm surprised we don't see an Assassin's Creed collection the way we saw like a Master Chief's collection.
Well, there was the Ezio collection, which was 2, and then the rest Brotherhood Revelation.
Yeah, but you don't get give me everything.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
In one package.
Everything would be with 10 games.
I mean, how many? Yeah, why not? Why not?
There's only 4 Halos.
Yeah, but the multiplayer is Halo. In Assassin's Creed, you're not going to get the multiplayer like.
Well, they did in was it Brotherhood?
And that multiplayer was fun.
Brotherhood was really fun,
legit fun. Yeah. Anyways, I just think in Ubisoft you're getting Skull and Bones. I'm looking forward to that one.
Wow, there's a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Far Cry,
talking about that.
Far Cry is Ubisoft.
It's like Land Before Time.
Well, yeah.
There's just a lot of Land Before Times.
They do, but I feel they're like, yeah, you're right. They've been doing pretty good. They're under the radar, Yeah. Anyway, my favorite news story of the week. They came out with a new controller. I'm starting this thing where I collect controllers now.
Really?
Yeah, I have 3 of my controllers sitting up on my.
What he does is he goes to his friend's house and breaks them and then collects
them on the hardwood floor.
Oh, it's broken. You probably don't need it anymore, huh?
I'll take it. Hey, don't worry. I'll fix this for you.
Inside joke, before the show, he tried to break my controller.
It just dropped.
It dropped, yeah.
I said sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
That is
I felt bad. Yeah, that's
the nicest one in this house.
The bright green one.
I hope you're happy.
No, but it's still. There's no scuffs on it. It still works. Although I thought I broke it, but Mark just has weird settings on it.
What?
So a red.
You thought you broke it?
No.
I
thought I broke the bumpers.
But it was just your different
And just so
settings.
you know, this was a gift to my wife for Christmas 2 years ago.
That's why I felt
so he should
bad.
apologize to your wife, not to you.
Exactly. It has her name on it.
It does right there. And I felt really bad. I said sorry I still feel
it's
bad.
It's because it's a custom one that it could handle the drop.
Yeah.
They're well built too.
Yeah. Because I thought I broke it. Because
it's not an elite controller. It's not going to break.
I was using the bumpers and you had them swapped, so I was like, what is happening?
Oh, I had them swapped because of Subnautica.
Because of War Group. Oh, Subnautica? I thought it was War, because the bumpers are all whacked.
Yeah, I switched the bumpers because...
Don't you love that app, by the way?
That's the greatest thing in the history of gaming.
Yeah.
Is
the controller app?
Being able to map my control.
Anyways, they're coming out with a Sport Red Special Edition.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's just straight red. You know what I really like? I think this is just the style of the controllers, but the Forza controller did it. I love when it's like all one color and they have the colors of the buttons, like on the inside. Yeah. There's a yellow dot, a blue dot, a green dot, and a red dot.
That reminds me of Miles Morales' Nike shoes in the Spider-Verse.
Maybe I'll get it for you.
Oh, I'd love that controller.
It's a good controller. But anyway, that's my favorite news story of the week because it's just... And look, it comes with you can get a cool little stand for it.
Yeah, that's a nice controller. And see, it's got like the Spider-Man kind of design on there. I like it.
Cool. It's a red controller. It is called the Sport Red Special Edition controller.
You're good.
It's pretty cool. So David's got to juice up his laptop.
Yeah. David's juicing. He's over there juicing up.
But, yeah. Well, David can't talk. I think Disney's The Phantom Menace.
I could move into that. Do you want to go to the next section, David? I can press the button.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, boing.
This brings us...
Boing.
This brings us to the next portion of our show. This is the portion of our show where we take your questions. To submit a question each week, you just have to go to the mailbag over on Patreon and subscribe to us there, and you get access to submit a question.
I feel really bad.
Guys, you're talking while I'm talking.
Well, because we're bored.
We've done this show for 4 years now.
We know what you're saying.
Anyways, head over to Patreon, submit a question each week. First question comes from NKWO. I'm going to start. We're going to start with Spicy.
Okay. Oh,
on this. NKWO writes in and says, with the sheer number of games that release every week, it's sometimes difficult to give games a fair amount of time before you decide to invest more time or to move on. On average, how long do you have to play a game before you know that you're going to commit hours or you'll never play it again? How much time does it take in a game until you know that you're either going to play this out, you're going to see it through, or you're done, it's not for you?
This one's difficult. I'm going to say the 20-minute rule. Just like with movies, I have a 20-minute rule. If I don't like it within 20 minutes, I'm out. For that reason, I'm out.
I have a similar rule as well. Like when I start a new TV show, I always like to I give it the first 3 episodes.
First 3 episodes?
Because the first episode's a pilot. No one knows who they are yet. First time job, stuff like that. Second episode, right? I give it 3 episodes. I kind of do the same with... Excuse me. I kind of do the same with games. Give it the first couple levels, maybe the first couple hours, right? Same thing.
There'd be shows, though, that you would have missed out on. Because I'll be honest, there are some shows that I've liked that the first 3 episodes were terrible.
No, I know. There's been shows where like the first 4 seasons were terrible, and then all of a sudden season 5 just
all
dominates.
All of a sudden, boom! Yeah. I don't know. That is a hard one. But it's pretty quickly. I think with games, it's pretty quickly whether you're going to enjoy it or not, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like for there was a lot of people that just couldn't get into Red Dead Redemption. In fact, I think NKWO was one of them.
That's a hard one because...
And I think because it was slow-paced at the beginning, so it didn't grab some people right away, especially if you weren't already invested from Red Dead Redemption 1, I think. So, but that game really takes off in the middle. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think basically a game, in the first 10 minutes, I know if I'm having fun or not, and then... If the next 10 minutes I'm still having fun, I continue to play.
20-minute rule.
If the next 10 minutes after that,
30-minute rule.
I'm still continuing to have fun. Once I get bored of a game, I just move on. And sometimes that's a game that I thought I was going to beat, and it's
you take it a quarter mile at a time.
I take it one step at a time. Yeah, that's probably why I move around so much.
Yeah. I don't know. Usually I know what I'm getting into. I watch streams of a game that I like.
Gaming is an interesting medium compared to movies or TV shows, because TV shows are like, that was okay. Let's see where this goes. Gaming, it's because it's more on game mechanics. If it's fun, you'll keep going. Even if the story, you don't have to have a great story to have a fun game, right? But if the story is good, but the game's not fun, you're not continuing through with that.
Is there a terrible game that you played all the way through just to find out what happens?
Like a guilty pleasure?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you.
But you knew it was terrible?
Yeah, so the game is terrible, but you want to find out what happens.
Oh, that's a great...
Jordan,
that's a great
yes. Yeah, I feel I can say this because I love this series, but Halo Spartan Assault, I really didn't like
This was the top-down?
Yeah, those are the twin-stick shooters.
Yeah.
And the thing is they tell stories, so you have to...
and you're invested in the Halo universe.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I really like the Halo universe, so I feel like I can say this. As a fan of the game, that was not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it was completely different. Yeah,
remember that game?
And the thing is twin-stick shooters are... Oh, my gosh.
That game was terrible, but I kind of wanted to know what happens.
Yeah, you did.
That game was awful.
Didn't we redbox it?
Do you think if we
redboxed it and the controls were delayed by 200 milliseconds?
Yeah, the controls were wonky.
He wasn't a very good thief.
It was super wonky controls.
Wasn't a good thief. Yeah.
You think if we went back to that game, I don't know if it would be as bad as we remembered.
No, it'll be worse. Because we're used to better games now.
I don't know. I don't think there's a game that I've sat through, that I've plowed through to see the ending of the story, even though I didn't like the game. I can't think of one. Okay, here you go. I'll tell you one that I plowed through just to get to the main meat of the game. Forza Horizon 4. I plowed through the tutorial.
Well, the game is great, but why can't I play the game? That was my problem with that whole 5 hours, whatever it was, 10 hours.
Yeah, see, it's a super fun game. They just made Because there were times where I played, I'm like, yes, this is Forza. This is great. And at first I was like, this is competing with Forza Horizon 3. Went a couple weeks, then a month, and I'm like, I'm out. It's not as good as Forza Horizon 3. They just made, it has nothing to do with gameplay, has nothing to do with mechanics. It's all the way they put it together that behind locked walls,
I really
taking
feel
out
like
different statistics.
The beginning part was, you're going to have fun. Trust me, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's like they were. It's like they were. They thought they had to teach you all these things that they literally could have taken care of in 3 races.
Well, the thing is it's a racing game.
It's not
Gas and
exactly
brake.
Yeah, it's not exactly rocket science.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't get that, you probably don't deserve to play that game.
Yeah.
Not to be mean, but I mean,
you
Gas
you
and
go
brake.
fast, you go slow.
Or in fairness, what they were doing was showing off the seasons. That's 4 seasons. That should be 4 races. But it was multiple races in multiple seasons.
you remember how mad I was just trying to by the time I was able to join the club, I was done with the game.
It took you 5 or 6 hours just to get through the tutorial.
Yeah.
And you can't play with your friends at that point.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. Big mistake.
Yeah, so back to
It is a fun game, though.
Back to the original question with NK. Well, I think David has a good way to deal with this because he just moves on. He just goes on. I get invested. I don't know how to play a game and then move on if I like it or don't. I don't know. I'm very loyal to my games, right?
Sure.
It's just that's one of the problems with all these games today and the games coming out next week. It stresses me out because I'm going to miss a lot of games because I can't move on until I'm done.
Well, and especially in games that are so multiplayer centric, if you're not in at the beginning when it's huge, you really do miss some big experiences.
Yeah.
Like an Anthem that's coming out, a Division that's coming out, right? Those games, the big experiences are when everyone's in that game, right?
See, and Anthem's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Divisions.
That's right. Anthem is February.
22nd. So that's less than 2 weeks away.
And a week early if you have.
And when's Division?
A week early. Yeah, you get it out a week early, don't you?
Well, you get 10 hours if you're an EA Access member.
Well, I am.
Oh, yeah. So then
And
for
everyone,
10 hours.
You should probably get EA Access if you're going to get Anthem because you'll save what, like $1.58?
Yeah, I think it works out. You basically save
10%.
tax. Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later is Division, March 15th.
Oh, see, I don't know. I
And
don't.
those
NKWO, how do you do it?
No, great question though, NKWO. It's something that we all deal with for sure. Stacy Resistance writes in and says, "No question this week." Oh, no question this week. No, just kidding. I included this because I think it's just a nice compliment for the community. He says, "No question this week. Just grateful for the XoneBros heart and dedication to the gaming community. You guys rock. Thank you for keeping me and everyone else entertained each week with a commercial-free, high-quality podcast that's always funny and informative. Cheers to you, X1Bros." Well, thank you very much, Rev Resistance. Thank you to you guys and to the community. We appreciate it. Chief Wiggum, first time
caller, long time
listener. That's right. He says, first time writing the mailbag. Here it goes. He has a question about Xbox. I'm not sure if they'll ever release it, but wants to know why they don't release a wireless chat headset for Xbox One like they did for the Xbox 360. There's a lot of aftermarket surround sound headsets with that feature, but I'm sure there's some out there like me that have a decent surround sound system that don't need the headphone side of it and just the chat. What do you guys think? Will Xbox ever release a true wireless headset, first party, McSpicy?
So, the 360, every wireless headset, I had a couple. They all had problems because the controller is on a 2.4 gigahertz spectrum.
A proprietary 2.4.
Proprietary. And it would always cause my controller to disconnect.
Yeah, 2.4 is awful, even if it's proprietary.
Yeah, well, you're dealing with 14 channels, and everyone has Wi-Fi.
I don't even think you get channel 14.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
That's right, you don't. Well, the controllers are at a 2.4 gigahertz. I mean, that's the same spectrum as a microwave. So if somebody's popping popcorn
Everything's
downstairs,
2.4.
you're getting disconnected from your game.
Yeah.
And the wireless is on that same thing. I could always tell when I'm going to lose connection on my controller because my headphones would start going staticky.
Interesting.
So,
And what headphones did you have?
Turtle Beach's something or other. Do I have it back there? I keep all my gear. I don't see it back there. I have those are the Atlases, but those are for the X1.
And those are wired.
Those are wired, yeah. And I went wired
because of that.
Because I would never go wireless again because it screwed up all my. And that's when I was big into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And when
you needed fidelity.
Yeah, and I didn't get it.
Well, here's the thing with wireless.
So yeah. Anyways, I lean away from wireless because of how the proprietary system works on the Xbox.
Do you think that
maybe that's why they did that?
Microsoft stays away because let's invest. It's probably not enough. Enough people are not buying it for them to invest money in a.
Well,
let third parties do it.
I can guarantee you, I wasn't the only one having that issue.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And if that's an issue that they just can't fix, well, like in an easy manner, then I would just do wired.
Well, and it might be because I have a wireless headset for my computer, and it works really well. But a wired does have like a better sound connection. Now, mine's not bad at all, but you can tell when you're wired, it's better.
Yeah.
It might be a combination of that, and I mean, if you think about it, you're plugged into your controller, right? So maybe they're thinking, well, you're wireless enough.
Your controller's wireless.
You know what I mean? Like
you're basically a wireless.
You're not true wireless because you can't
Don't drop that.
You're obviously you're obviously plugged into your controller, but maybe in their view, like you said, there's not enough demand, and you're wireless enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because remember, on the Xbox 360, when the headphones first started coming out for consoles, you were connected directly into the console. You were not connected into and you had the little like sound adjustment on your tab here, so you weren't wireless. Like you had to get a wireless headset. So I think your answer is probably right. You're wireless enough. It basically is wireless because you're connected into your controller.
Yeah,
that's a really good point. For me, I was looking into headsets. I was looking for the PC. We were playing Escape from Tarkov, and I said this is because I couldn't do Discord chat, and game at the same time. I had to choose, and that's just how I've always been because I've not really had PC headset. I said that's it. I'm getting a PC headset, and tons of research, looking at all what is the best kinds, and I was going to just pull the trigger and go for the Astro 50s.
Those are wireless.
They're wireless. They're like $300. But in doing all my research and looking at it, you are getting so much more bang for your buck with a wired. This is a $125 headset, and it is superior to the Astro 50s in microphone, and it's got the open back that the Astro 50s do not have because of the wire. I will never go back to closed cupped headphones. Now, open back. I'm doing the podcast in these because I can hear my voice
and hear everything.
Now you guys have played with me on the PC. Those are my wireless headphones. I mean, they're not bad sounding, but a wire does have better connection. Now that being said,
because all your technology, the price for your headset is going into the wireless technology.
Yeah.
The price for this headset has all gone into sound and microphone technology.
That being said, on the PC, I love my wireless headset. Like, I mean, my hands are free. I do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like, it is nice.
If you have money, you could buy $1,000 headset, and it'll sound great.
True. Yeah, no, that's true.
And you won't have any.
Well, in the Asteroid 50s, I hear sound fantastic.
I hear money's awesome.
I hear money solves all that. But I think the reason that Microsoft's probably not into the wireless headphone, and if you think about it, they only have one proprietary headset, and I think it's because there's the customer base they figure is probably not large enough for them to make the R&D that goes into it.
Yeah, but this is Microsoft. They make a space station in their bases now, or their building that they.
It's true.
The sound room, like they make
NASA uses.
Who knows what rooms they have in that building?
Maybe
It's really Willy Wonka's place.
Just test sound. To just make
they have
sure
a room where you
silent.
drink the drink and then you start floating around. And they have elevators that float into the sky.
They did put a lot of time and money into the Elite controller, which is a premium controller product, but that's different. I feel like
didn't they actually have someone else build it?
Maybe.
Well, that's their problem.
They put a lot of money into the Kinect that nobody used.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, somebody used it. Jordan used it once.
Dude, that Disney Fantasia game is still in my top 5. That was a good game.
Dude, that was fun, actually.
Well, you only got the demo.
No, then I bought it. I bought it because of the demo, yeah.
Chief Wiggum in chat does say, I just find it handy when I want to go somewhere without having to drag my controller everywhere I go. That's
what
nice.
I'm saying.
Well, it's like Bluetooth headphones for the gym.
When I'm playing
converted
and I got to go to the bathroom, I always have to set my controller like on the top of the toilet or on the sink next to me.
Wireless, you wouldn't have that issue.
No, yeah. When I'm playing on PC, I just go.
Because he wants to bring us with him.
Yeah.
Well,
He's got to be still chatting.
It's a community experience. It's a communal
He puts the microphone down to the toilet when he flushes.
I have decency. I hit the mute button, but I just don't want to take off my headset.
You have a mute button?
On the controller, yeah.
Oh, the little
the
adapter?
Turtle Beach adapter, yeah.
Yeah.
Great question, Chief Wiggum. Thank you so much for writing in. Next question comes from Polka Fraud. Polka Fraud says, the past couple days, I've been playing Astroneer. We've been talking about that.
It's a good game.
It's been really nice playing a relaxing game to just chill out like Minecraft or No Man's Sky. Are there any other games that you like to play just to relax? Are there any other game concepts you would like to see made for this purpose? McSpicy, let's talk to you first. Games that you play to relax.
Subnautica is amazing.
You're on Subnautica at the moment.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was until you introduced me to Wargroove, but it's still on
Now
my
you're
list.
stressed again.
It's on my. I have a group of my current games, and it's on the current one, so
Nice.
I can just grab it. Oh, it's such a good game, and it's under the ocean, and there's scary moments, but for the most part, it's just you float around and you get the stuff you need, and that game is really good at progress and pushing you to progress your character, and it's really rewarding. I think it's one of the best carrot on the stick reward things that those type of games have, right? Like Minecraft. I know Rick and Morty makes fun of it, but you get wood to make a chest to hold more wood. Right? I feel like the reward system's not as good in Minecraft.
Sure.
Because that's how that works. But this, you eventually get a pea suit where you can drink your own urine. You know?
Yeah.
That's what everyone. That's life is good.
That's the dream.
The ultimate relaxation. Pea suit.
Yeah, and then you get like a German torpedo submarine eventually, and you just start blowing the crap out of stuff.
So that is very much in the vein of what Polka Fraud was talking about. Like a No Man's Sky is relaxing to him.
It's No Man's Sky underwater with a really great progression system and a good story.
Yeah. Why do you think those games are relaxing? Because there's no competition. It's go at your own pace, or what makes those games relaxing?
I'm not having to shoot Nazis. You know, and
when Nazis are trying to take over the world,
it's stressful. You got to take those guys out, or
and
everyone.
there's metal tigers and stuff, and
the metal tigers are scary.
And a woman who beats her fat daughter.
Oh, that was so funny. That actually was that was
one of the best scenes in Wolfenstein.
That was hilarious
in Wolfenstein lore.
Oh man.
Well, and even like Metal Gear, there's that metal wiener gun that comes out and scares the crap out of me. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you see that running.
You said it's like running right at you.
When someone pulls a wiener gun on you, you just hand over your wallet.
Well, that's when
and it's like a Titan wiener gun that came out of Titanfall.
Well, you're sitting in the bush like, please don't find me, please don't find me. He's running down the alley. Then there was that floating girl that like...
Yeah, well, yeah. So that
was a good game. I got to go back and beat that one.
I know. Speaking of wiener guns, I got to finish that game. No, I mean, just there's something about just being Nemo and looking for Dory. I don't know. You're just floating around.
That's relaxing at your own place. What about like the Hearthstone card games? You find those as relaxing, or no? That's more competitive.
Hearthstone. Hearthstone's good, but it's relaxing. I actually use that to trying to turn my brain off from the creative workflow that I have. But at the same time, it can really piss you off because sometimes that game wants you to lose, regardless of how good you are or how good your cards are.
Yeah.
It will give you no chance to win at all.
None.
It's like poker when you're forced on a heads up match and you're forced to have a 7-2 or something. You know, the cards are just dealt bad, and that game wants you to lose sometimes. The game wants you to win sometimes. That's how Hearthstone is. So. It can be It can be relaxing. It can be, but I think Subnautica is it's just so peaceful. It's really good.
So I agree. Minecraft was mentioned by Polka Fraud, but recently I've been playing Minecraft. I jumped out of Red Dead, jumped into Minecraft, jumped over to Wargroove, jumped into Minecraft. Minecraft are those building types, those Lego building type of games, right? It's the focus. It gets you in. You have one task that you're doing, and you're just boom, 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 boom. I got to complete this, and it's this ultimate hyper focus that is actually relaxing, right? Like it's crazy how that works. Before I get to you, Jordan, though, for me, games that I like, turn-based strategy games, I find very relaxing because real-time. The opposite is real-time strategy. So real-time strategy. You have to be hyper aware, hyper stressful. It's all about your speed, your quickness, your split second decisions. Turn-based strategy, I don't. I take my time. I can do whatever I want to do in however amount of time I have. I can sit and think about, okay, if I do this, then that happens. If I do that, then this happens. So I those games I find really relaxing. A War Groove type of game I find really relaxing. Just a Stellaris I find really relaxing.
Just wait till you get to Act 3. Just saying.
But even that
much harder.
Even when it's difficult. Oh, for instance, I've died a couple times because I misplayed I think my commander's too OP and I take him out by himself.
Yeah, he can be punished.
But I don't get frustrated. It's like, okay, well I get to play this over again. So I don't know. I find those really relaxing.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think it's the pace. I think it's that I'm not constrained by time limits.
Yeah.
It's the pace there that I like. For instance, a Shogun Total War. Even though there are real-time strategy aspects to that game, in campaign it's a lot turn-based strategy, building up an empire.
Well, even the time, like, it takes 30 seconds before you realize you screwed up in that game, right? You click your stuff and then you're like, oh crap, click, 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 click. You try to get the Total War troops to come back around.
Like, no, they're in the wrong formation. They're in the wrong formation.
And you can it's like someone falling down the stairs in slow motion.
Fitzy in chat says Stardew Valley for him.
Oh, that's a fun one.
That is a great answer to that. Stardew Valley. Although that one's sort of time because you have to be in bed by 1.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Jordan, how about you? What games do you relax to and what genre do you enjoy?
I don't know. It's just games that I'm having fun with, I'm relaxing with. You know? Does that make sense?
Well, I will say though,
like for example, I'm playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts right now, but
Yeah.
I find it fun and enjoyable. Like I'm not rushing through it. I'm taking my time.
Yeah.
Waited,
So you're a power level guy,
friggin'
though.
12
is
years,
Is
right?
that more of your state of mind than the game you're playing?
Maybe
you're not.
Maybe that's what relaxes.
You're
me.
not power leveling, so you're just through Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, I burned through Red Dead Redemption and I didn't feel stressed. You know, I had a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I was just going to say that a Red Dead Redemption type of game.
When I feel stressed is when I'm not having a good time.
An open world game that isn't pushing
Warframe.
me any direction, but has a world that feels alive and living like a Red Dead Redemption. That is a game that I can ride around in and I'm enjoying myself and it's relaxing. Like, let's go fishing.
Maybe
Let's go
I don't know.
hunting.
Maybe I'm stressed when I'm not progressing the story. Because I'm like, what am I doing?
Because I was just thinking. Speaking of like, anyways, I'll say this later. Continue. Sorry.
It must be a good one.
Yeah, it must be really good.
No, actually, Kingdom Hearts though I haven't like busted through it yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually really not that far if you think about it. I just got to the Pirates of the Caribbean level, which is pretty awesome.
I saw people play that. That looks cool.
Well, what's funny is it's funny. But no, because what I've been doing is I've been beating the levels and then I've been going back and 100%ing the worlds, getting all the treasures and stuff because I want to get the secret ending. But I have fun. Like maybe it's because I've waited so freaking long for this game.
And you don't want to burn it up
You're
too quick.
savoring it. You're enjoying every bite.
You're swooshing that wine around in the mouth.
No, it's like I got all the collectibles in the space regions. Like you collect like what are they called when the stars make pictures?
Constellation.
There you go. You got to like collect constellations, right? And,
Yeah, I win. Constellation.
Constellation.
One for this guy.
But no, I don't know. It's really just whatever game I'm having fun with.
McSpicy, Prominence Poker.
Yeah, I do like that game, but I just like poker.
Sit back,
it's
relax,
games you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I'd agree with Jordan.
Great question, though, Pogo Fraud. Thank you very much for writing in. Last but not least comes the man, the Dark Knight himself, Mr.
right.
Dark Knight. He says, the last week and a half, I decided I wanted to try out a game in Game Pass. So he picked up Metro Redo. I'm just going to say Redo because that's what it is. Metro Redo.
I've actually never known how to pronounce that.
I think it's a Ubisoft scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Redux.
Anyways, Metro
Metro
Redo
Redux.
Last Light, and oh man, how did I miss this game when it came out? I'm enjoying this game so much. I'm loving the story, loving how it's built up. Almost finished with it, and ready to play Metro Redo to get ready for Metro Exodus. So I will warn you, Dark Knight, before I continue with this question. Metro Redo, I hated. Metro Last Light, I enjoyed. So that is.
So he's the opposite.
Well, no. So he's on Last Light right now. He's going to go back and play the OG Metro Redo after Last Light.
Oh.
And it's not that I think in its time it was a good game. I'll be interested to know, Dark Knight, when you play it, what you think. In its time it was good, but the mechanics, they're just not there. Whereas Last Light is an updated, modern day first person single player game. Metro Redo was not the OG one. Anyways, that's just my opinion. So he says he's looking forward to get ready for Metro Exodus. My question is, what game did that for you guys? What game was there that you missed on, didn't pick it up for whatever reason, not interested in it when it came out, or just completely didn't even know the game existed? but then you picked it up, and now you do enjoy it. He says, love the work you guys are doing. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Dark Knight. Game that you missed, that you didn't even know wasn't on your radar, later went back, found it, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Anything pop into mind?
I got
like
one.
Spicy?
And I think it's going to be a common theme with Game Pass. I think Game Pass allows you to try games you missed.
Yeah.
And Hitman is such a good game.
You talking about it makes me want to play it every time you talk about it.
I played the original Hitmans like on the PC back in the 90s.
Yeah, on PlayStation, OG PlayStation.
Yeah, and then I thought, I like stealth games, and I think that's the game that really got me into stealth games, right? But how they did the new Hitman with the seasons and how they make it so you can kill the same person a million different ways, and you get unlocks for each time you do it. And then you get other unlocks for that. You can play that same map, and you want to play that same map over and over because you get so many different ways to unlock, and you want to play it so you can know the map and see where everything is and know where people are at certain times. It's like Hitman meets Majora's Mask meets Hitman.
Yeah.
Because everything happens.
You do it over.
It's so good. And I never played it, and I only just started playing it when it hit Game Pass, and it's going to be a game I always go back to. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what services like Game Pass thrive,
there's so many games that I get from that I did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, wow, this is good.
Jordan, how about you?
I'm gonna say the new Crackdown 3, right? Because I never played the first two.
Is that legal?
I'm gonna say it because it's all I got.
I think we should. I think we should
So
disqualify.
you've not played it yet.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Like, I'm excited to play it, even though I've missed out on the last two.
I see. Well, it can make you excited to jump into games
because everybody says the last two
give
are
you
really
a chance
good
on games. Right?
Everybody says Crackdown 1
I'm
and 2
going to
are
mute
great.
your mic. So. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I got one. And this is going to sound silly, but it's because of EA Access, and that's Peggle 2.
That was a good answer.
Oh, that was
Peggle 2. I never
that's all we
played.
had
It was
at the
big on
time.
like the mobiles.
That was my wife's favorite game for like a year.
Yeah, I feel like shout out to Free Radical because he's way into Gems of War, and Peggle 2 is my Gems of War. So, but Peggle 2, I know it was on mobile for a while. EA Access opened that up to me, and I never had experienced it. And super fun game. I play it. My nephews come over all the time. I jump in and play that. Simple, but fun.
Yeah.
Trials is another one that I was never into. McSpicy, you were really into it.
Yeah.
And after the fact, I went back and got into Trials.
It's that's always
really
a good
fun
game.
Also, Forza was one that
Forza was?
I knew about. Forza 5.
Forza 5. Well, that was because it was one of the three launch
It
titles.
was 3 launch titles, and so I was forced into it after. I mean, how I already released. I never played a Forza. Jumped into it and I really enjoyed it.
In my teenage years, was it my teenage years? It was Forza 2, I believe. How long ago was it? It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I remember trying to play that because I wasn't used to simulator games. I was used to like Mario Kart and rock and roll racing. And when I pressed that right trigger, I spun around in circles and I couldn't figure it out.
Beast 420 says it's Trials for him. He got into it when he did the competition.
Oh, awesome.
Trials Rising's coming up in 2 weeks. More competitions, baby.
Yeah, baby.
More competitions. Which this week there's going to be a community challenge coming. Ooh. Stay tuned. If you've not been over on Discord or you're not on Discord, community challenge on its way this week.
Community challenges are fun.
This one's gonna be cool. We've thought about it a lot, so stay tuned for that announcement. Great question, Dark Knight. Thank you very much for writing in. That does us for this week, everybody. It's been a lot of stuff is coming in. There was a lull there right after Christmas, and now it's like bam, game, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
more games than we're drowning in games.
Well, and they're having these hidden
gems,
phantom games that come out, like Apex, just out of nowhere.
Apex,
Apex. Oh. I'm gonna call it that. I like that, Jordan.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.
You're neat.
If you're over on Mixer, don't go anywhere. The after party's about to begin.
Oh yeah.
If you're listening to us after the fact in your earbuds, well, thank you very much. We love you guys. Let's hit that outro music.
I'm gonna hit that.
Let's get that going. If you haven't yet, please head over to iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe to us there. Also, share us with your friends. Share us everywhere you can on the interwebs. It helps us out. Spread the word. Spread the gospel that is positive gaming. We love you guys. Thank you very much for all your support. If you're not having fun gaming, you're not doing it right. We will see you guys next time. Thank you, guys.
Hi.
Hey, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Another great week. Another amazing podcast.
The after party.
We've got the after party with the after dump.
Are we going to do a dump again?
No, hey, let's watch that. Let's watch, not the full concert, but let's watch, I want to see the concerts.
No, you want to actually see the... Okay, let's unmute it then.
There we go. While the dump is going, we've got some Marshmallow music. Oh, Beast, thank you very much. Dark Knight. My man, Dark Knight, that was a great question, by the way.
So, like, watch this. It's so good. This concert just blows my mind.
Here we go.
And
what's cool is look at this.
What's up, Fortnite? What's up, Pleasant Park? My name is Marshmallow, and thank you for coming out today and making history with me. You guys ready?
See, this is everybody just sitting there watching.
Cool.
Oh!
Let's go.
See, look at the go-go dancers up top. I freaking love this.
So could you go into like cinematic view?
No, you're just as a player.
Just as a player.
Somebody put all this together. It's edited all this together. But so you're down on stage and you're doing your dances and stuff. You should watch some of the live like people playing it because they're blown away when like makes them jump. I'm blown away how cool this.
That is really cool. I mean, I've not seen this video, but I've seen tons and tons of reports about it, and everybody's just raving about it.
And what's so interesting, because Fortnite does this all the time, where they just do things that only last 10 minutes, but are just
man, that guy's
epic.
going to town. I love that shit.
All right, here's where they jump.
See, this was live. What's so cool is he's live. Here we go.
So he said, everybody start jumping when this hits.
Oh, man.
So did they motion capture him? Because his animations look more realistic than everybody.
He's
Look
fully
at his animations look way better than...
Yeah, he's fully motion captured. Thank you. Keep going. Keep dumping. Keep dumping.
Yeah, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the support, everybody.
My favorite is when they start flying. Like when the bass drops. On these platforms down here, they that holds some go-go dancers too.
Let's go, Pleasant.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
All right, I want to see everybody.
See, and this lobby is actually kind of empty,
Let's go.
or they're all on stage.
That was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a full
Dude,
concert,
that
man.
is cool. Go to let's look up a player's
from a player's
experience and
perspective.
reaction.
Okay.
Let me see you move it.
Dude, so cool. I mean, this is the future, right? Hey,
I kind of want to keep watching.
So I want to know how they did it. Did they obviously could have. I mean, this is all pre-planned, right? It's just his voice that's live.
No, I
Like,
no,
what's-
everything. Well, I don't know. I would imagine if they're. I think he's live. Like, I think his motion capture's live.
How do you do that? I don't. Can you motion capture live like that?
Yeah, why not? Because he's stationary. It's not like he's moving around the map.
look at so they're flying.
See, now all
So
of that.
cool.
Now all of that stuff is pre-planned, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, look at. Do you see Marshmallow's avatar up above?
top, yeah.
So, like, how cool is this? And then he starts appearing around the stage.
do they have any footage of in studio, live in Fortnite studio?
I haven't seen anything yet. But my favorite is when the bass drops and they literally start flying like Superman.
Let me see everybody doing that march walk right now. Let me see that march walk.
Yeah, that's the march. He's got his own dance now, and it's hilarious, Jordan. If you see it, you'd want to buy it. It's a good one. I bought it, and I don't even play this game anymore.
That is too funny.
And this, like, look at that.
I want to see a lobby that's packed.
Yeah, I want to see one packed.
The stars are all around. The stars are all around. I'm chasing all the colors in my head. I wanna be alive.
Let's go, let's go.
All right, I think this is where they fly, because it just gets better and better. I cannot believe they put the effort into this that they did. But that's what Fortnite does, like, all the time.
and that's what money does.
Yeah, money's awesome.
I mean, it lets you be able to just, hey, let's try this and see what happens. Oh, that is well done. That's cool.
I just want to say thank you again for coming out today. This is a song I made with my friend Logic.
Yeah, and they got Logic to come too. And he's a rapper, right? So you can just be sitting there dancing on this. Oh my gosh. Oh.
It's like people built their own balcony.
Yeah, you can still build in this section, yeah.
Oh, so this video is Marshmallow's channel. They made for Marshmallow's channel. So they recorded that for Marshmallow.
Oh, okay. That's why it's all like produced.
That's why it's all produced, yeah.
That's probably all the developers then. All their characters.
Yeah, all their characters moving around. Oh, that's probably why the lobby's not.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Because they probably have.
Probably like, hey, this is Marshmallow's.
Or maybe it's Marshmallow's personal friends.
It's his personal friends only.
Oh no, 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 I can't with that at all.
Let me see everybody dancing. Let's go.
I work hard every day.
That's so cool. Man, see, and I think this is. You're gonna have virtual concerts.
Yeah, this is why, because like in this one I'm watching a reaction video or like a video of someone that's there's live, and people were building towers around the outside to watch on it and stuff, and really cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. All right, well,
No.
Whoa! That was cool.
Oh, this is where they fly. Who's ready to fly? I love this part. So cool.
okay, that's cool.
They just Yeah. Virtual concerts, man. Virtual
It's the
concerts.
next.
They're
It's the next
coming.
thing. The next big thing.
Anyways, there you go.
Look, it has his huge hologram.
You don't
flying.
even have to like
They're
Marshmallow
all like up on the
to think
stage.
this is awesome.
Look, they're diving on him.
Oh man, I can't believe they did this. Do you know I have a friend that animates for them?
Oh,
For
for
Epic?
Epic, yeah.
He actually was the one who animated John Wick's dog.
Oh, nice.
He animated it. Anyway, isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
There you go,
That is
guys.
cool.
All right, thanks everybody for donating those Sparkerinos.
Yeah, thanks for dumping. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We appreciate it. Everybody who's into the division right now? Cooper, have you had a chance to jump in yet? I know you were getting into the division. How is it? None of us have had a chance to jump into it yet.
I played
but
it.
Did you play it?
You got
No,
to play the
no,
division?
it's-
Oh.
I just-
Don't toy with
not
my
yet
emotions.
for the beta. Beast is playing it after the show. Cooper says it's really good. Awesome, guys. All right, well, we got new credits. Thank you very much to all of our producers. We've got new credits. If you request, what? I can't even speak.
Requested.
Well, my
I
Elmer
should
Fudd-
have
Elmer Fudd?
I should have gotten everybody that requested a new one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did.
We also
If not, let me
there's a
know.
couple new producers that we jumped into. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great week. I will be streaming tomorrow, so join me tomorrow, same time in the morning. Sometime I don't really schedule a time on Saturdays. I just whenever I get up and go. That's when I start streaming. So join me tomorrow, and thank you very much. Let's bounce. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later.
Woo, thanks, guys.